All right. Let's see if this thing actually works. Okay. What's going on, folks? Hopefully you can hear me. I don't know if you can or not. But if you can, give me a thumbs up 5x5 or something of that nature. It's difficult to tell what's going on here. So give me a 5x5. Let me know what's up. And then we could start. I had to change everything because I did an update and it just wiped out all my settings. So it really stinks. All right, we got 5x5 from Pops. All right, that means we're going to start. So welcome aboard. We have opened a grand opening flight with Coastal Airways, probably one of the most realistic flight virtual airlines in the existence. I'll give you a rundown of kind of what it's going to happen on this flight. We're taking this flight. This is Flight 1. Actually, Flight 1 will end when we get to St. Thomas. This flight actually originated all the way in Bar Harbor in the morning, and this flight crew takes it all the way down to St. Thomas. They overnight in St. Thomas and then fly it right on back for their next leg. Looks like I got a strobe on. I don't know why that is. Let me go ahead and turn that thing off. Anyway, I want to thank and welcome everyone, but it seems to me like I'm going to have some issues with this, only because I got to do one thing really quick. That's another thing. When you do all this, everything throws everything on my, there it goes. Everything, it just gets tossed on my other screen, so it just was. And I just walked in the door. So to be honest with you, it's all over the place because, everything got erased, the whole 9 yards. Anyway, Nick, how are you, Nick? Checking in. Hope you're doing well. It's good to see you. Pops is in the house. Jim, he says first time here. Hello, Jim. How are you? Welcome aboard. What else we got? We've got SS. What's going on? And VRF Simmer. Hello. If you stick around tonight, and you guess the landing rate, if you meet the minimum qualifications, I will interview you so you could be our first pilot hire. This airline's a little different. We go through an interview process. You got to interview, and then you got to go through training. And the training is not easy. The training is it could be about 3 to 6 months, depending on you. But the training's pretty intense. You're going to learn the 737 from start to finish, nuts and bolts, the whole 9 yards. And that's kind of what we're about. But once you're done with the training, you're going to be pretty darn good at what you do. So let's go ahead and jump in the flight deck. Like I said, we just landed here in Miami. And I put the time in. And I'll show you my board here. I'll show you what we got in terms of paperwork, what we give our pilots, that kind of stuff. So I got to turn on our ACARS, so I'm going to do that right now. I'll show you the ACARS system, kind of how that works as we get through. I could show you the website, but I don't want to give that away too much yet. I like the sharks on the nacelles. Yeah, thanks, Nick. DJ Met, love the picture you have for Buffalo on the Coastal website with the fireboat on the water. Yeah, it's awesome. Thank you. FlyCoastalAirways.com is our main website. That's just the landing page. And then there's 2 layers deep, and I'm going to kind of demo those websites for you today. Here is our ACARS system. So I'm going to come over here and click this magnifying glass, and we're going to fly CS1 today. I'm going to click load, and it's going to, we've got 138 passengers booked with about 2455 on the cargo. That might change a little bit. But you can see our flight number is 1. We have leg 7 and code 3A. This is just on the back end coding. And we're going to click start flight. When it does that, it's actually going to send a message to our Discord. As you can hear it, I don't know if you heard it. But it'll send a message to Discord and saying, hey, this flight is about to fly. We're going to click follow the flight. And we can check this. This is our ACARS system. What you expect of an ACARS, right? I mean, it's going to show you your stuff. Also, it'll penalize you if you fly have lights on correctly. You'll get points docked. And if you smash the airplane apart, it will really dock you. You're not going to pay for that. So, which is interesting. Our pilots get paid. We have a certain amount. Everything simulated from finances to maintenance to you name it. Scheduling, it's all simulated. Right now, 11:21, we'd have another jet. We'd have a jet arrived. We landed at 11. Our last flight was in here at about 10:50. So I am going to turn the clock back just a little bit, give us some time. And I'm going to just roll the clock back. There we go. I'd say about 10:50 or 10:45. I can get it. That's good. 10:52 is perfect. So we're simulating. We just pulled into the gate. The passengers are getting off the airplane. That's kind of how we're going to simulate this. And I'll show you our logbooks. This is what I'm going to send our pilots. This is what you'll get when you become a flight crew for us. You'll get a logbook where you'll be able to document everything, all your flights. You know, obviously you got to write everything down. But you know, the load sheet I'm going to give you as well. We'll get a load sheet. This is what we got from our dispatch. We use VTP tool, and this is what we got on the load. I'm actually going to go ahead and sign that over. It looks like we have 129 passengers on this flight, plus 8 children, 3 infants. So total is going to be 137. So that's what we're going to load, and we're going to put these numbers in the front and the back. Okay, so we're looking at 2465 and 4307 for our breakout, and we'll do that here in a minute. But the first thing we got to do is check our fuel. We are on a time crunch. This flight takes off, I believe, at 11 local time here. It's going to take off at 11:40. All right, so we have just about an hour. Our other flight comes in from Buffalo and it lands, and they're pushing the clock. So that crew's pushing the clock because they have to turn this airplane that they landed. They go to Key West and turn, and it's a time crunch for them. So if you're on that flight, that I think it's a leg 2 or trip 2, those flight crews have to push the clock. So they have to push the cost index high. This flight is cost index low because one's going high and doing multiple stops. This flight's going low and trying to time the aircraft to arrive in Miami within 20 to 30 minutes of each other, and that's exactly what happens. So we'd have 2 aircraft on the gate, but right next to each other. So if you look, we bought 2 gates in Miami. We bought this gate, and we bought the other gate next to it. So you'd have another aircraft. You'd have another aircraft here, and literally the passengers would have to just connect over and cross. So, and they'd have at least 20 to 30 minutes to do so before the next push, or more. So that's kind of how we have the schedule in Miami. It's pretty cool. It's timed. So if both flights are doing this at the same time, and I'd like to around Christmas time get another flight crew, and we can do that. Right? It'll be an all-day event. We can time it to where we can have that. That would be pretty cool. Anymore, I have no idea what you're saying. I can't speak Spanish. So if you could go English, it'd be great. So basically, Scott, what's up? So basically, you implemented global flight ops before Ramen UTG. It's fully SimBrief integrated. Absolutely. I'll show you the website. We'll give you a little demo once we get to cruise altitude. I'll hook you guys up with a demo of the website and all that stuff. Also, our crews will be getting a crew sticker, plus they'll get, and I love this, I've got to get one to you, but once you graduate and you get your check ride, you pass that check ride, I'm going to send you, if I could get it off my brain bag. You know what? I don't think it's going to work. I was going to take my camera. Let's see if it works. I don't know. It might not. Can you see that right there? That's a bag tag right there, and it says Coastal Airways Flight Crew Miami, and then it's fully metal. And then we got some on the back. We have hashtag Fly the Shark, flycoastalairways.com, and Trained Beach Bum. Plus, you'll get a certificate of completion for us. We'll send you that, and we'll send you a crew sticker. You'll be a 737 certified crew member, plus you'll get a bag tag, and we're going to do that with all of our crews. So all of our pilots will have the benefit of that. It's pretty cool. It's something that we want to do to give back, because you're going to be donating a lot of your time and effort for this kind of training. It's the training that's going to be, and I got to be honest, I think a lot of pilots will wash out because of the training. because it is intensive. I'm not going to lie. There's a lot to it, but you're basically going to go through what an airline is going to put you through. So that's kind of, I've got to set this on my other AC, my air conditioning. He is asking where something. Kuando is where? I don't know what that is. Okay, translate that via Google if you can. All right, here we go. Titus says, what's it? Welcome aboard. By the way, awesome to see the airline coming together. 17 days to puck drop for the Rangers. That's exactly right. You know, what's funny is I was looking at the news, and I was starting to read the Rangers, news, and I'm getting really excited. I'm like, oh, I wasn't excited so far, but now I'm really stoked that hockey season's here, and we're going to be getting this going here. So I don't know why I got the strobes on. I think we've got a screw up, and I have another screw up right there. So I'm going to turn that off. Let's get that down. Let's try to see if we can get this on again. This is our panel. We need our panel to work, for crying out loud. Otherwise, we're going to have a world of hurt. And if anything, I want 3 greens. I don't want a red light here. There we go. We got 3 greens now. All right, we got a good panel. So that's check 1. Now I'm going to do another thing. We're going to go to Vorlanta. I'm just going to turn that on really quick, and let's go ahead and program everything with you. I will tell you this, folks. We are not a virtual airline that just throws a dart and buys an air. We don't just say, hey, I want 10 aircraft. Our finances are fully. I'm going to show you our finances and how real they are. Right now, we're in the hole about $1 million because I bought 3 aircraft, 3 737s. I'm getting another airplane coming in for dirt cheap. It's not a 737. It's an MD-80. However, that thing is going to be parked here in Miami, and we're going to use it only for charters. So once a month or once a quarter, our crews will be able to fly the MD-80. Of course, you got to check it. You got to check out in the MD-80, but it's a checkout. It's not as depth training as the 737 is. It's going to be a checkout flight. But it's going to be fun because those charter flights will yield a crap load of money for us. Think about this. 1 hour in a charter flight is going to cost them $48,000. We won't even make $48,000 on this flight. I just want to let you know, maybe we get a revenue about 28 grand when it's all said and done. The flight just to give you an idea, the flight from LaGuardia to Miami, we lost money. So we lose money on that route because it's so competitive, and our ticket prices is competitive. They're competitive to the outside world. So all of it's real. Gas prices, everything. Just to let you know what we've gone into, this has been a year in the making for us. If we land at an airport, we have to spend money to land at the airport. I have contacted Key West. I've contacted Myrtle Beach. Personally. And said, can you send me all your data? I want to know how much it would cost if I land a 730, and all of their data comes in, right? So all of those finances are baked into the simulation here. So when you're really flying, you're flying for keeps, is what I'm trying to say. It's a cool thing. We're going to talk about all that. I'm going to add a flight plan here on our Volanta just to get us tracking it. I'm going to pre-file it as well. We'll go to VATSIM and we'll check it out. You'll need to offset the fuel and maintenance costs on the 80. Yeah, so the MD-80, 706, so our 3 737s in their fleet are ex-Southwest aircraft. These aircraft, if you look up 706 Southwest, it's parked in the desert. So we bought it. We bought 704, 705, 706, 3 aircraft that were old ex-Southwest jets. So you're going to see a lot of Southwest procedures a little bit. The procedures we'll talk about, some are Southwest, some are not. But I've taken our procedures in our manual, and I really said, okay, I want the 3 best airlines I can find and bake them to one great procedure, and that's what we did. So you're going to see a lot of these things that way. Hang on, let me just, Riptide is going to be our call sign, and I'm just flying this. I'm Fly Coastal Airways. I'm actually .com. I'm actually filing our flight plan, I should say, into St. Thomas. It's about once we're airborne in St. Thomas, it's probably about a 2 hour and 35 minute haul. It's not that bad. We've got a lot to talk about, so I'm going to showcase you a lot of different things. All right, I'm going to stop. I'm going to shut up. I'm going to get into this aircraft, and we're going to start by calling the fueler. So we're going to come over here. We got to get some fuel going, and nope. I'm going to come over here. We'll go ground services, and I'll call the fuel or request the fuel truck coming in. You can see we landed about 15,000 pounds of fuel. That cost us a crap load of money coming in from LaGuardia. LaGuardia is one of the most expensive airports to operate out of. Even for our route structure, LaGuardia is insane. The amount of money that we have to spend when we land in LaGuardia and operate out of there is a crap load of money. So just understand, that's why I said we lost money. So I had to uplift fuel in LaGuardia, which we don't want to do. We didn't want to do because of the fuel cost. It's a lot of money. You know, they're very expensive to operate into and out of LaGuardia. So what we normally do is take minimum fuel out of LaGuardia, fill it all up at a Bar Harbor or St. Thomas, and tanker out of St. Thomas. So we have tanker operations going into LaGuardia. But unfortunately, yesterday in Miami, it was a crappy storm. We had to have an alternate, so that's why the fuel's so dang high. What we're going to do is put in, per our paperwork, and I'll show you right now. It's going to be 21.9, but you can see that right in here. I'll pull that paperwork in, and you can see where we're going to go with this. 21.9, this is going to be our dispatch is basically a Southwest dispatch, so it's the same format as Southwest, which is nice. We're going to arrive with 8.5 on the gas, so we're going to put 21.9, 8.5 on the land fuel. We do not have an alternate into St. Thomas. So 21,900 pounds of fuel coming in, and then we'll start boarding passengers. How's that? Nick, did you have to tell Vatsim about the airline and call sign? I did, yes. So how much does it cost to land a 737 there? Recognizing you have a factor in both fixed and variable costs. I did. It cost us, Scott, per flight about $3,700 per flight just to touch down. That's not fuel cost. That's just landing. If once the airplane touches the ground in LaGuardia, it's $3,400 for one flight. That's a lot of money, right? So then you factor in fuel. Now fuel cost in LaGuardia right now is pushing about, it's high. I got to look at the numbers, but it's pretty darn high for us. It's upwards of $9 a gallon. So $9 a gallon you're spending. Think of that. I could tell you to, when we take off, but it was a lot. That's a lot of fuel. Here we go. If you get the fuel truck in here, I called GSX. We got to wait for them to get their butts here, and then we can start fueling. In the meantime, we're going to go ahead and get our catering services on board here. And then I'll start everything else. Catering trucks coming in, request catering service. Now, by the way, there's another jet next to us, or would be, getting boarding passengers as well to go to Key West. They're going to turn and go to Key West. They came in from Buffalo, so they go Buffalo to, I think it's Buffalo to, is it Charleston? Yeah, it's Charleston, West Virginia. That's Chuck Yeager Airport, and then they go from Charleston over to Myrtle Beach, Miami, Miami to Key West, do the turn right back to Miami, and then they dump the airplane off of the next crew. The next crew would take, on a 2-day trip, they take, day one is from Miami up again, but they're pushing the clock. So they leave at 3-ish, and they got to get to Buffalo. Your mission is to get the aircraft to Buffalo by 6:45 p.m. because of Part 117 operations. You have to get the airplane in by 6:45. Because if not, you turn into a pumpkin, and the next day is delayed because you need 10-hour rest. Anyway, all that's factored into the schedule, right? It's all baked in the schedule. So,
airplane fuel system to set the desired fuel quantity.
I'm telling you, this has been a long time in the making. It's been at least a full year just to get this going. The training, it's been a long time. All right, we're going to start fueling up right now. Thanks, inflation. Yeah. Given the high cost of LaGuardia and being newer carrier, why not use Newark or other? Yeah, I could have, but because LaGuardia, I'll give you an idea. So the LaGuardia route, we go from Miami to LaGuardia, LaGuardia to Bar Harbor, Bar Harbor back to LaGuardia, LaGuardia back to Bar Harbor. You're done. That flight from LaGuardia to Bar Harbor, we yield a ton of money because the flights are packed. Okay, you know, roughly around going down to LaGuardia is packed, it's full, almost. Going back's a little more empty. Again, all that's factored in there. But the ticket prices, it's not competitive. So they're spending $500 one way. Well, it's probably about $300 one way. And Delta that flies that route, it's super high with multiple stops. So we're able to come in at $300, gain all of that money we lost going into LaGuardia from Miami and back. We yield it on that trip. So that four little, you know, 1, 2, 3, 3 flights when you go from LaGuardia to Bar Harbor to LaGuardia. So 1, 2, 3, 4. That fourth flight, it's really nice because you're getting all your money on that route. So it pays. That's what I'm saying. It pays to go to LaGuardia because of you pack the airplane. So, does that make sense? You're very competitive. You go to New York, you got to be competitive, but the airplane's going to be full. You can almost guarantee it. Flying into and out of LaGuardia, the airplane's packed. You know, it's not one of those airports where you're going. That's what you're paying for. You're paying to pack the airplane. It's just on a high competitive route like LaGuardia, Miami. You're going to lose money, just because you cannot make money at $120 a ticket, at least with your cost as high as we have cost, and the costs are going to go down as we hire more pilots. I know that seems counterintuitive. The cost will come up, but the chasm will drop. CASM is cost per available seat mile, and all that's factored in. I'll have to show you our financial report, but the CASM, the RASM, which is revenue per available seat mile, is baked in as well. Hopefully that helps and kind of give you an idea of why we're doing that. All right, looks like we're getting catering on board right now. We got the catering coming in. We got the fueler coming in. Let's go ahead and get vPilot up and running. Let's see here. Just got a job as an FTI UAL. Unfortunately, I didn't get the 737 with the Airbus, so 6 months of training probation. There you go. You got it. That's exactly what you're going to experience in this airline. And I hope to attract pilots that would take that challenge and go, yeah, we've got it. You're going to be doing everything from engine outs to V1 cuts to single engine landing, takeoff, go-arounds, missed approaches. It's the same thing. RTO, winter ops, all of that training in there. Full ground school as well in the 737. We have a great ground school program. So yeah, there's a lot. And I'll kind of show you the website here when we can get it. Like I said, when we get airborne, we'll go ahead and do that. Command failed. What are you talking about? Please ensure that a flight is loaded. That is the dumbest thing in the world. Why would it say that? I don't think I've ever had that. Let's try changing the server. What in the world are they talking about? Okay. Maybe that's what they're talking about. So microphone, we're going to go there. Output device. It's going to be there. Click apply. Check. Okay, that works. Let's try it now. Please ensure that a flight is loaded. What does that mean, folks? I've never seen that on vPilot. All right. Okay, we got it. I just had to reboot it and reset it. So, Miami Center's online as well. We're going to go ahead and file our flight plan. Fetch from the server. Looks like I got to get busy on getting this aircraft programmed and ready to go. We're going to go ahead and file it right now. Atlanta's crazy. Miami's up and running. Let's jump back on the flight deck. We'll close our doors. We'll get the catering trucks off. We'll start boarding the airplane. All right, let's go ahead for board. Time check is 11:10. We're pushing at 11:40, so that's good. Let's go ahead and turn that on. We're going to turn on US FSUIPC just because I'm going to run. Oh, we can't run PAC-X. Dang. All right. Because it doesn't, for some dumb reason, PAC-X won't sense St. Thomas. Go figure. I don't know why it does that. I'll show you. It's the stupidest thing in the world, but it won't sense St. Thomas. I don't know if anybody knows why that is, but if I go to here and I click start flight, fly with my career mode, and I go to coastal, you see this? And I click next, it's showing it now. Let's see if we get lucky. See that? Arrival airport wasn't found. I mean, you got to be kidding me. What about STT? See? It's the dumbest thing in the world. So we're just going to have to not use this, which sucks. I think it's stupid, but whatever. What we will do is call up our GSX and we'll start boarding the passengers this way. Request our boarding. And then I'll come over here and we're going to put, I'll show you our paperwork here. And I'll get to your comments in just a minute. Let's pull up our paperwork and I'll show you what we got. We're putting in 137, it looks like, on the aircraft. So 137's coming in. And we'll go ground services. Okay, trucks are here. Release the fuel. We're done there. We're going to go 137. We'll throw that in there and wait. I'm going to click start. We're going to start boarding us. And then our bags. So payload's coming in. We've got 2465, so we're pushing an aft CG. And then we're going to put in 4307 in the back end. There you go. And then we'll wait on that. And I'll get the aircraft loaded and ready to go here. We're going to do a quick align. Again, we just brought it in from LaGuardia, so it's a quick alignment right now. The same crew has the aircraft, so shoot. Guess what I just forgot? I got to load everything here. I'm going to export our format from SimBrief into our FMC unit. Just like you folks do all the time. It's a really good thing to do. Reference airport Miami. And we'll plug that in right there. Great. And you could do, I think it's G6. And you can throw that gate. No, these numbers will match. See that? The top will match the gate. You always want to do gate numbers if you can get it. All right, Miami to TIST. TIST. And we'll put the color out in there. And runway out of Miami, folks. The weather, I'll go ahead and get the weather for you. Pull up my paperwork so you can see what I'm about to do here.
Your crew has boarded.
Thank you.
Passengers boarding starting.
That's pretty loud. All right, we got Miami. Information is Romeo. Winds are 210 at 7. Visibility is 10 statute miles. Scattered clouds at 039. We did have a broken layer at 25,000. That was probably yesterday. Nope, that's today. Okay. Temperature is pushing 30. Dew point pushing 24. Altimeter is 2991. Runway of choice probably going to be, they're flying the 27. So I would assume 26 right tonight for us just because it's so close. I think we can get 26 right if we ask for it. We are definitely close to that runway. And we'll go ahead and do everything else here. Gulf 6, time, oil quantities. We're going to get all that stuff going as well. We got 70 over 75. So one thing we've got is paperwork. It's just what you do. 100 over 99. We'll wait on everything else. Let's go ahead and put our fuel figures in there. I'm going to slide this over so we can see what's going on. Departure FOB, we're putting 8,400, which exactly what our fueler put in. 8,400, and we're looking at 50.90. So about 10 pounds short. So we're talking about 21,000, what, 890 if we're 10 pounds short. That's what we've got. 21,890. I'm going to put my signature on that. That's our fuel load. And that matches what we have. That's fine. Cool. Now, let's go ahead and plan as the aircraft is getting boarded. You can see the bags here. Good. I'll get to your questions. Hey, Sean, what's up, man? Just joining the stream. Sean, how are you? This is our grand opening. By the way, I was talking about grand opening. I thought I released the fuel. Didn't I release the fuel truck? I swore I released him. By the way, if you stick around, I'm going to interview, if one of you want to become a pilot for Coastal, stick around. If you win the landing rate challenge, so whoever wants to be a pilot, stick around. You obviously can, I would like you to apply if you want to. The landing rate challenge, though, if you win tonight, stick around after the flight. I'm going to send you an invite, and then I'm going to interview you. Okay, interview, get you hired today, and I'll give you, you can have your training ID and login tonight, and you can start your training. Again, you won't be released to revenue line operations until you pass your check ride, and there's 5 modules, right? So you got to take all 5 modules to get it through, and we'll give you 6 months to do so. So, I mean, I think it's generous. But like I said, once you're through that training, it's going to be pretty cool. And even during the training, I think it's pretty neat. It's something that virtual airlines just don't do. But we're doing it. So I know it's crazy. We're not going to get huge. This virtual airline not going to be big at all. And that's what I'm looking. I'm not looking to get big. It's success on a virtual airline is not how big you are. It's the quality of pilots you have. And we are going to be one of the best. Only because you're going to be trained so well. Everything from ATC straight across the board. You have any failures or anything like that, and it's fun. I think it's just fun. It might be crazy, but it's cool. All right, getting the bags on. I'm going to go back in there and start programming the FMC a little bit, and we'll get this going. Let me pull my charts up, my Navigraph charts. We'll get those going here. We are going to be taking the, it looks like, what are we doing? The Khalid 2 departure out of here. Kalada 2 out. So if I go to charts, go to SIDS, and Kalada 2 is what we're going to be pushing. Kalada 2 RNAV, it's already pinned, which is nice. Looks like it's got us going straight out to 272 to Kenso, and then we're good. So we're going to go ahead and select runway, we're going to go to departure, and we're going to do the Kalada 2, which I just passed. And the transition in this particular case is what, folks? The transition is, where are you? Where's my transition? BITAC. So the BITAC transition right there. And 26, I'm guessing 26, right? I'm going to try to request that. Normally they don't give that, but I'm going to ask for that. No arrival into the St. Thomas area, so let's leave it at that. Performance initial, idleization, it's going to be 117.9. It's probably going to be right around there, so we're going to plug that in there. 117.9er and our zero fuel weight. We're looking at a planned fuel out of here with 22,000. We can't go below our minimum takeoff fuel at 20,000 pounds. We're not going to do that. We're going to be at 21.5, I give, especially if we're just going to taxi over to 26 right. Reserves are 5,000 pounds. Cost index is 20. Whopping 20. Like I said, it's not very, it's cost now. It's not about schedule. The other flight is all about schedule. We're going to cruise up to 370 tonight. It looks pretty good on the weather. I'll give you a rundown of the weather here coming in. Cruise weather, once we're airborne, it's 14 degrees at 10 knots, so very light. And we'll throw that in there. Why is this? Okay, we got that going. That's good. And then negative 48 degrees once we're at altitude. And then execute. By the way, if you want to get on the schedule to be interviewed, please DM me on Instagram. Go to Coastal Airways on Instagram. DM me. Say, hey, Jason, put me on the list. Because we're going to start our interview process here. Like I said, first one tonight, if you want to do it. And then we're going to start scheduling interviews coming up for the next 2 months. We'll need, how many pilots we need? We need, let's see here, 8. We're taking 8. 8 pilots right now. Again, that's another thing. It's not open everyone. So it's limited. When we get more pilots in the door and we start, flying and getting money back into the system, then we'll obviously expand routes and stuff like that. But right now, we need 8 pilots. So we'll need, I think the split's gonna be 4 and 4. We'll need 4 first officers, 4 captains, and then we'll go from there. All right, just got a job as an FT. I got that. Congratulations, man. That's great. Yes. Congratulations are in order for sure. Thank you for the blue flap fairings. Yes. We got the blue flap fairings. Yes. You're giving me flashbacks. I read that. Love it. Most Southwest pilots are already amazing at their flying. Yes. It's nice to see it Spirit Coastal. Absolutely. Same thing. All right. Let's talk about our weight and balance now. And actually, I'm going to use VPT. I'm going to show you this. I'm going to slide this over and show you our VTP tool. By the way, all of our pilots will have access to this as well. I know it's paid subscription service. Coastal Airways is going to pay for it. So if you're a pilot for us, we require this. You're going to have to do it, right? So we're going to pay for it. No, we're not going to pay for your subscription for NavRep, but we are going to pay for this, okay? So we're going to have a virtual airline thing where our pilots will have their own ID and they'll be able to use this service. So that's another nice thing we're trying to do for our folks. And again, takeoff weight. So our takeoff weight is going to be roughly about 139,300 pounds, right around there. 139,300. We're going to do an airport at Miami. All right, let's go runway 26 right. I'm going to go ahead and get clearance here in just a minute. Everything populates automatically. I'm going to go ahead and plug in 24,000 pounds. Optimum, auto, off and off. Anti-ice is off, and our climb. It's basically improved climb. We're not going to do that, and then we're just going to click calculate. Now, I'm just going to throw in a MAC percentage. It's probably about 19%. Give or take, we might have to recalculate, but it's going to get us close in the ballpark, and that's kind of what we want. So we're looking at, I'll come over here again, slide this over so we can see what's going on, and then we'll just have to move it. Click into this. All right, so we're looking at flaps 1. This is the optimum. Trim is probably going to be about 6.5-ish. Yeah, 6.5 right on the trim. So we'll log that in there. And we are going to do a cell temp on this at 52 degrees. That's an assumed temperature. And runway is going to be 26 right. Now, I don't know if that's the case, but we're going to find out. Minimum flap retraction altitude to 1,000 feet. We don't have to worry about that. We have 85.99 Tora. That's how much takeoff runway we have. And we're looking at 38.39.42. So I'm going to write that in there. 38.139.142. Cool. All right. I'm going to slide it back over here. Okay. Good stuff. So we got our paperwork almost ready to go. We still have to fill out some stuff down here, but most of the time we're good. We're going to do, what did we say, 52? Yes, 52 degrees on this. We'll throw that right there. As a matter of fact, we are now boarded. So let's go to payload again, see what we got. We got full passengers on the board. Look at the zero fuel weight, folks. 117.6. I've got 117.9. So that's pretty darn good. We had probably one passenger who didn't show up, which is about normal, but usually more. So we'll click the takeoff, go to flaps 1 on this, plug that in. CG's coming in, 20.6. What did I say, 19? That's pretty darn close too. So 20.6. I'm just going to recalculate here just to see if numbers changed on us. 38, 39, 42. It's the same thing, so we're good. 137. It's very close. I'm going to take the lower of the number because I like that. 139 on this one. We're going to plug that one in there, and we're going to do 142. And we always use our VTP numbers and not what the aircraft gives us. All right. Good deal. Okay, so that is now programmed, ready to go. We're going to go to our progress page and our legs page, click route data, request those winds. We're going to pull those winds in there. While it's doing that, take a look at the outside of the aircraft. We are ready to go. What am I doing? That should be off. Okay. All right, while it does that, we're going to get some good wing views going on. I like that view. It's a cool one. And we'll go ahead and click load. Time check. Guys, stay with me. We're almost there. This is just kind of what you do. And then we'll get the checklist going. Add a step. What's up, buddy? John, what's going on? This is one passenger who didn't show up. aka me. Welcome to Coastal, everyone. Exciting times. Yes, it is. Hold on. Don't leave yet. Yeah, I'm not leaving. I'm not leaving yet. All right. By the way, that MD-80 is not going to get delivered until October So we got some time. Get the aircraft here. It's getting a couple of, I think it's getting a refitted TCAS-2 on board the airplane and like an ADS-B system. So it's not going to be until October until we get it. It's an old American Airline aircraft. So it's good. Like I said, we're going to have charters once in a while. It's cool for our pilots to fly something different somewhere different, right? It's not going to be all the time, but it's going to yield a crap load of money. So even a 2-hour flight, you think about it, a 2-hour flight is going to be like upwards of 85 grand, which is great for us. Like, that's going to cover a lot of costs plus the fuel. So that's what's cool about it, right? Again, but I'll show you all that. All right, so we got an M1 limit in there. Takeoff's good. Good to go. Time check coming in. Since we're boarded, I'm actually going to increase the clock here a little bit because I know we're supposed to take off at, what, 11:40 is our departure time, so we're almost there. But I'll go ahead and speed the clock up if I have to. All right, we're going to do our flows now. I'm going to try to kick this over because unfortunately I don't have my full screen because of the stupid limitation. Navigations are good. We're going to come over here. We're going to turn our fuel pumps on. And our center tank's coming. Seatbelt signs coming on. This is our flow, by the way. Coming over the top, window heat is on. Those are off. Pumps are on. Coming over to Gen 2. VAT bus, we'll go ahead and throw the APU gen on because we're going to turn the APU on right now. APU is coming to start. Okay, we left Bar Harbor with the right side, landed, took off out of LaGuardia with the left side. Now we're on the right side, so that is correct. We're starting the APU coming up on the overhead. Packs are off, which they should be. Now we're going to go ahead and climb to a cruise altitude of 30, did we say 37,000? 37,000, it is correct. And our landing altitude, once we're in St. Thomas, folks, our landing altitude is 24 feet. So, I mean, 0 is fine, that'll work. All right, that's it, and we're on steady. And once that APU fires up, we'll go ahead and we'll go ahead and close the baggage carts. There's the APU firing up in the tail. And we're going to get this show on the road. Wow, fuel pumps already, like Southwest. Yep, turn them on. Get them done. You're going to see, like I said, you're going to see a lot of similarities, some differences. So if you're flying that style already, you're going to be like, oh yeah, we do that here. All right, let's go ahead and close the doors. Doors coming closed. I'll close these two doors, and I'll give you a rundown of what we're looking at here total. How's that? Let me just take a look really quick. What we got going on, we got to get our clearance. So we're going to go and plug in our clearance right now. A couple things I have to do before we get really kicking off. Just do some other checks, but I got to call Miami here. 135.175 it looks like. 135.175. Sorry. That's just because of my throttle's up. You know that works. It's something you don't have to do, but I'm doing it because I'm trying to get my 135.17. All right, we should hear Miami here. 135.175. Is that correct? 135.175. I'm going to try to see if I can get a radio check on him, and we'll see if he can contact us. I don't know. Miami Center, Riptide 1. How do you hear?
I use my ears.
All right, Miami Center, Riptide 1, looking for clearance over to St. Thomas. We can get it.
Riptide 1, contact that old Miami approach. He's online. 124.85.
124.85. We'll see you soon. 124.85. 124.850. 124.85, folks. Here we come. Miami approach. All right. Miami approach, Riptide 1, looking for a clearance over to St. Thomas with the numbers.
American 2290, direct Alonzo.
Didn't hear that.
American 2290, proceed direct Alonzo.
Direct Alonzo, American 2290.
Delta 491, turn left heading tree 0 and intercept the localizer.
Left turn 330, intercept localizer for Delta 491.
Did he not hear me?
Man, approach, good evening, Align Ecuador 1453, request current speed, please.
For number 2. All right, we'll pull the chocks. We'll get the aircraft.
And the aircraft calling, what was the call sign?
Well, I'm going to have to call him.
Land Ecuador 1453.
Land Ecuador
Hello,
1453,
Captain.
Miami, your
We are
clearance on
ready to
request
push
number
back.
2.
Yeah, he got me.
Number 2, Land Ecuador 1453.
So he got me, just didn't.
Oh, is that Coal Star 1 that called before?
Yeah, it's Riptide 1.
Riptide 1. Miami, recorded the Tango India Sierra Tango Airport, call out a 2 departure BITAC transition that is filed.
Departure checks completed.
Maintain
Bypass pin inserted.
5,000. Expect flight level tree 7010 minutes after departure. Departure this frequency, squawk tree 706.
Okay, Kaleida up to 5,000, 3706 for Riptide 1.
Delta 491, you're 5 miles from Bird. Clear the ILS runway tree 0 approach.
Clear for the ILS 30, approach Delta 491.
Good evening, Miami approach. Clipper
Locking gear.
1975 Heavy, looking to pick up clearance to Federal King Airport.
And Clipper 1975 Heavy, your clearance on request number 3. American 981 radar contacts the altitude passing.
3,000,
American 981, roger, thanks. Come and maintain
Come
16,000.
on.
16,000,
Delta 491, runway tree 0,
Release
clear to
parking
land, within
brake.
180 at 5.
Hold on.
Clear to land, runway
Stupid.
30, Delta 491.
American
I gotta reset my,
1684, the
panel
wind
really
180 at 5. RNAV Crocs, runway 26 left, cleared for takeoff.
All right, let me look at your,
RNAV
what'd you got?
RNAV
Throttle
Crocs,
test isn't
26
required. I
left,
think it
takeoff
should be in
1684.
the northwest. What's up, Poser? How's it going?
And,
Come and get some
Riptide 1,
chop
sorry
in the
about that.
west.
Did you give me the readback? I know I kind of talked over you.
No, yeah, we gave you rebacks up to 5,000. It looks like 3706 in the box.
Riptide 1, your readback is correct. Call for taxi. And let's see, you can expect 27.
26. All right, we'll expect 27 for Riptide 1.
American 981, direct Geese.
Okay, we're coming to auto brakes on RTO. We're going to go ahead and check this. Just one really quick thing I'm going to do. Drop down here.
Oh, sorry about that. Direct Alonzo. Okay, and American 2290, just confirm you started the climb to 16,000, please.
Good. Oxygen's good, 6.5.
No altitude restriction up to 16,000, American 2290.
We got the clearance,
American
folks. We're
981,
good to
the same
go.
for you. Please come maintain
Let's go ahead and
16,000.
plug in.
American 981, as a strict climb at 1 feet after that cut out some turn.
We're going to plug in our squawk code 36. 36, dude. 36
Delta 491, traffic departure, runway 26 left.
06.
Roger that.
3606.
Parking brake.
Yeah, I hear ya. All right. We're going to go ahead and release the parking brake now. It looks good. We've got 11:35, so we got 5 minutes to go. And I'm going to run through the checklist right now.
American 1684.
American 1684, roger, come and maintain 16,000
Okay,
now.
fuel and fuel pumps. We're good. We've
I'm
got
into 16,000 now,
21,900 on board. We've got the center tank pumps to the on position. Passenger signs, they are on. Window heat is on.
And American 981, I'm sorry, I missed
Hydraulic
what you,
pumps are on. Doors are
replied with
closed.
a second ago. Can you
Lights
repeat
are
that
out.
one time?
Pressurization, it's set auto. 37,000 in auto. Auto brakes on RTO. Stab trim is set.
no problem. Are
Before
you
start
able to climb there
checklist
now?
is complete. Let's go.
Yes, I'm trying to get up there, but it's something.
Okay, we're pushing.
All
I do have to
engines
get
start at
I'll
will.
keep an eye on you there. Break Land Ecuador
29091.
1453, clear to the Quito Airport. Guava 2, departure Ursus transition that is filed. Maintain 5,000. Expect flight level tree 7010 minutes after departure. Departure this frequency, squawk 4771.
So I heard to...
Alright, on the push. Come get some chop in the west. It's been hot and unstable. That's very true. Let's see where they push us. I don't know where I saved this thing.
Your readback is correct. You can push and start at your discretion. Call
Alright, we're going to start number 2.
7.
Lead is on. Engine start coming in number 2.
American 2290.
That should stop me right now.
Contact Miami Center 135.17.
I'm making sure that this thing stops me.
135.17. Thanks for the help. Good day.
I'm going to blast this guy.
Set parking brake.
Alright. This guy's going to
American
get
981, Roger,
blasted. Brake coming set.
Clipper 1975 heavy,
Fuel's
Miami
coming in.
approach. You're cleared to the Tango India Sierra Tango Airport. Call out a 2 departure by tech transition, then as filed, maintain 5,000. Expect flight level tree 7010 minutes after departure. Departure this frequency, squawk tree 730.
We got let off.
Squawk 3730, Clipper 1975 heavy.
American 1684.
Low oil pressure's
direct
off.
Alonzo.
Looking for the starter cut out.
Cleared direct Alonzo 1684.
American
Pull up my
981,
charts.
contact Miami Center 135.17.
3517, American Airway.
Clipper 1975, heavy, your readback is correct. Call for taxi and expect runway 26 west.
Tow truck disconnected. Bypass pin removed.
26 left and we'll call for taxi, Clipper 1975.
Left is clear.
American
Right is clear.
1684, contact Miami Center 135.17.
We'll change the runway, folks, just really quick.
Have a good night.
Our runway
See
27.
ya.
Takeoff speeds are deleted. But again, that's not
That is the list. Anybody else waiting on a clearance?
that's not restrictive because the other runway we had was much less or much worse, I should say. So we're fine. Does that make sense? We don't have to recalculate the numbers because even though we're talking about a 13,000 foot runway, we had programmed a 10,000 foot runway. Does that make sense? So our runways are much more, it's bigger is what I'm saying. All right, so same thing, 52 again. I'll plug the takeoff numbers in there. 37, 38, and 41. That's fine. 6.33. Let's go ahead and isolate. Get some. We're gonna get some air in this thing, and then we'll start. I'm gonna actually fire number 1 really quick, just because we're so close. Okay, coming over there. They're off the airplane. We're gonna go ahead and flip that in. There we go. The only reason why I did that is I know they disconnected the tow bar, so I'm gonna plug in my numbers there. And then I'll check. Hopefully this stupid track IR works. I just jinxed myself. 25, here we go. Fuel's in. Alright, there's a light outside. I think that's a cool picture. Where's my drink? My gosh. Yep, it's got the runway change in there. Thanks for letting me know. Appreciate that.
Approach, Miami approach, American 1137. Information.
Okay, good start. Waiting for the cutout here.
1137,
Cutout is coming.
Miami
Looking
approach,
for
thanks
rollback.
Bravo, runway 27, taxi
Rollback on the
via
EGT.
Whiskey, Quebec.
Not yet. Now. All right,
Whiskey,
rollback's
Quebec,
coming in.
27.
APU's coming
Right.
off.
1137.
Great.
If you
Coming
were
up on the
planning
overhead.
something else, you're welcome to it. It seems like that's just closer.
I was planning 26 left for American 1137.
American
That looks good.
1137,
Propeat's coming on.
Runway 26 left,
Check
taxi via
coming
Whiskey
down.
Mike.
Whiskey Mike,
Pax.
runway 26 left, American
Leads
1137.
off.
Miami approach right.
Good,
taxi
coming
runway
across.
3000, line
Shoot.
level 1463.
Okay, that's on. It's
One
off.
Ecuador
Throws off.
1453,
Taxi
runway
lights
27,
coming on.
taxi
Stand
via
by for
Quebec
flap.
10.
Flap 1.
Cut to back, Quebec 10 to runway 2000, line level 1463.
All right, we're ready, folks. Looks like we're going to get pretty much straight down. I'm going to go ahead and throw the brake. We'll go ahead and do the checklist. Let's go. Electrical generators are on. Probe heat is on. Anti-ice is off. Flight controls are free. Flaps are set. Green light. We got 1-1 green. Transponders on AIRWAY. We're ready to go. Let's go. This is designed to get you out as quick as you can. Again. Click the recall. We're good. Oh, I'm going to lock this up. Okay. All right, I think we got it. I'm going to go ahead and reset. Good. Okay, folks, let's go ahead and call them up. Brighten our screens up. We came in here, it was dark because of the thunderstorms that we had yesterday. Miami approach, Riptide 1, taxi.
Riptide 1, Miami approach, runway 27, taxi via Papa, Quebec 10, and your sequence is Atlanta, Ecuador A320, and they're coming out of the Juliet terminal.
All right, so we got Papa, Quebec 10 for Riptide 1, and I understand we're number 2. There's an A320, you got to keep your eyes out.
Miami Center, it's Tampa 4021. We had to log off and restart. Same clearance?
Tampa 4021, heavy Miami approach, affirmative.
Thank you, sir. And just confirm the squawk was 3733.
Also affirmative.
Thank you, sir.
Now, where's that A320 at? He said he's coming out of Delta?
And Miami Center, United 2128 for taxi 27.
United 2128, Miami approach, runway 27, taxi via Papa, Quebec, Quebec, and the Miami altimeter 2994.
Got him in sight, he's over there.
27 via Quebec and 2994, 2128, thanks.
LN Ecuador 1453, Arnev Casino, runway 27, cleared for takeoff. The wind 170 at 4.
Arnev Casino, clear for takeoff, runway 27, Ecuador 1453.
Miami approach, hello, American 2415, no frequency, Sunboard 2 arrival.
American 2415, Miami approach, hello, let me know when you have the ATIS, expect the ILS approach, runway 30, and if you can let me know the ATIS letter, I would appreciate it. I don't want to have to look it up.
Okay, Roger. Expect ILS runway 30, American 2415.
Okay, let's go do this. By the way, folks, right now in St. Thomas, it's clear skies,
and you can
calm winds,
statement about the
about
ATIS,
6 knots,
like somebody
and the temperature is 82. 82 degrees, clear skies.
No problem.
I'm going to go through a checklist right now. Once I get to the hold line. All right, let's do this. Before takeoff config. Looks good, except for this is on high, so we're going to go like that. That's good, that's good, that's off. Okay, takeoff config is good. We've already checked it.
ATIS Whiskey now current at Miami, and ATIS
Packs are set.
At Fort Lauderdale.
Packs are set, bleeds are set, altimeters are set, and we're going to go ahead and cross-check.
Riptide 1, runway 27, line up and wait.
Line up and wait, runway 27, Riptide 1.
And Riptide 1, just confirm the squawk 3706, please.
37. All right, Roger, we got that in now.
Thank you.
Okay, I'm going to plug in the colada. We're going to Kenso first. Looks like that. Clear on the left side.
Approach American 1137, approaching 26 left, ready for departure.
American 1137, hold short runway 26 left for departures from the parallel runway.
Hold short 26 left, American 1137.
And land Ecuador 1453, radar contact, turn left direct Lonzo, and climb and maintain 7,000.
Turn left, right, Rolando, and continue to 7,000.
Okay, verified runway at 27. That is
And land Ecuador
correct.
1453, I'm sorry, I forgot to ask, what altitude are you passing now?
2,000, land Ecuador 1453.
Roger, thank you. Riptide 1, RNAV Casino, runway 27, cleared for takeoff. The wind 170 at 4.
Okay, RNAV Casino clear for takeoff, Riptide 1. Runway 27. Okay, let's go. Bring him up.
And land
Toga.
Ecuador 1453, if you could execute that left turn just as soon as possible, appreciate it.
Now it's turning to left, land Ecuador 14.
Okay, takeoff thrust is set. Looking good. 80 knots on the cross check.
United 2128, runway, let's see, 27, line up and wait.
Land runway 27, the United 2828.
Okay, we're going.
Miami approach, Clipper 1975, heavy taxi.
Get that sucker in the air.
Clipper 1975, heavy runway
Gear
26
coming
plus
up.
taxi via Mike.
26 plus via Mike, Clipper 1975.
Gears
land
up.
Ecuador 1453, come to maintain 16,000.
16,000, land Ecuador 14.
United 2128, RNAV Crocs, runway 27, cleared for takeoff.
There's 1,000 feet. We're gonna bug up. Bug is up.
Takeoff 27, yeah.
Drop the
United
nose.
2128.
Beautiful day here in
American
Miami.
1137, about 30 seconds, and we'll have you out. Land Ecuador 1453, direct Colada.
Direct Colorado, land
Flaps
Ecuador
up.
1453.
Flaps up.
Let's see, Riptide 1, radar contact, say altitude passing.
26 for 5,000.
On Ecuador, sorry about that. Riptide 1, roger. Climb and maintain 7,000 for now, please. And turn left, direct Lonzo.
Okay, up to 7,000. Left turn, direct Alonzo, Riptide 1. So I'm going to like this. I'm going to go control wheel steering, which is on the bottom. So I'm just going to pitch the aircraft. Whoa, I'm just going to pitch it up. We're going to turn our left turn.
2415, just going to maintain 8,000.
Nice
for
and
now,
tight.
please.
There we go. We give him a tight, nice left turn. We're going to be still in the climb. Now I can go heads down. I still want to go up about 10 degrees, nose up. Get that nose up.
Land Ecuador
There we go.
1453, turn left, direct Colada, please.
All right.
Now turn
Direct
right,
to
direct
Lonzo.
Colorado, land Ecuador 14.
Execute. Go ahead and autopilot on. Command A.
Riptide 1,
Back.
traffic is approximately 1 o'clock and 7 miles on A319. He's eastbound, descending to 8,000.
And we're looking for Riptide 1.
Okay, Riptide 1, come and maintain 7,000 for now, please.
7,000, Riptide 1. Okay, 7,000 right now at 6,100, looking for the traffic.
Miles. That is a Boeing 737. He's turning southbound, climbing to 7,000.
We're at 7,000 on the speed at 250 on the speed. I got that aircraft. He is behind us. No fact.
United 2128, radar contact, say altitude pass.
Passing 800, United 2128.
Okay, gear.
United 2128,
Auto
roger.
brake.
Climb and maintain 16,000 and clear direct Alonzo.
16,000 cleared,
So we're climb check.
Alonso, 20 and 28.
That traffic is no factor now, folks. It's gone.
American 1137. The wind 170 at 4. RNAV Casino.
I'll get to your comments here
runway
shortly,
26
folks. I'm
left,
just
clear for
busy.
takeoff.
RNAV Casino 26 left, clear for takeoff, American
We'll try to get you some views here.
And land Ecuador 1453. Doesn't look like you started the left turn yet, and it looks like you might have gone past the turn to Colada. Are you able to make the left turn to Colada now?
We're going to do our checklist here soon. We're going to go hit Lonzo, and then we're going to turn back out to resume the SID.
I'm sorry, land Ecuador 1453. I'm sorry about that. Direct Guava, please.
So far, now direct Guapa, land Ecuador 1453.
And Riptide 1, you are clear at Colada.
All right, turn into Colada, Riptide 1.
American 2415, descend and maintain 3000.
Descend and maintain at 3000, American 2415.
Riptide 1, come and maintain 16,000.
16,000, Riptide 1. Okay, folks, 16 direct Colada. Everybody check that out. 160 set, altitude intervene. Let's go. Airplane's going to start the climb.
Clipper 1975, heavy runway 26 left, line up and lead.
And we'll do our climb checklist here. I got a traffic coming in. Just he's no factor. He's more than 6 miles away. I'm not even worried about him. Looks like it's that A320. That's a beast. It's a pig. Our 737 can outclimb it, no problem. Bye-bye. Well, folks, let's do our climb check, and then we'll be...
Traffic is now 9 o'clock and 6 miles. It's the same A319, now at 7,000 and descending.
Roger, we got him on the fish finder for Riptide 1. All right, climb 1 is going to be deleted.
The same traffic is now 1 o'clock and 5 miles, Boeing 737 eastbound, climbing.
So we're going to go to legs and 1. We're going to actually delete the climb. There we go. He's no factor.
1453, contact.
Okay, here's 10,000.
35.17.
Climb check coming. I'm going to turn these off.
1,
2, altitude. What was that? I didn't like that. All right, that looks good. We're climbing. Pressurization's looking good. And we're going to head and turn off our retractables so we don't get penalized. And I'm going to make sure that we're still on with Miami. Yes, we are. All right, we're going to increase our speed, and then we're going to start our climb again, okay? That's what the aircraft's doing right now. Well, climb checklist is complete. We're
American 1137, clear direct Lonzo. Your radar contact. Say altitude passing. Climb and maintain 16.
All right. Wow, we can settle down a little bit, huh? We're in the climb, real nice now. We're going to be flying the departure. Colada, I'll show you kind of.
1975 heavy RNAV Casino, runway 26 left, cleared for takeoff. The wind 170.
Wow, he stayed on the runway long time.
RNAV
Clipper.
Left, clear for takeoff. Copy the wind. Clipper 1975 heavy.
All right,
so 1, contact the Miami Center, 135.17.
135.17, great job. We'll see you, Riptide 1.
American 2415, turn left.
All right, let's listen in, and then we'll call him up. All right, what do we got here? Let me catch up. Posers up, Jason. I've got that. Don't forget runway change. Thank you. Did you make the livery? Yes, I did. I created the livery. I painted it first in P3D, and then I had our friend. I'm sure you know him. You've probably used his liveries before. JM Aviation in. If you go to flightsim.co, let me call him up. Miami Center Riptide 1, 14,000 for 16,000.
Riptide 1, Miami Center, climb maintain, flight level 370.
370, Riptide 1.
Miami Center, United 2128, 10,000 for 16,000.
United 2128, Miami Center, climb maintain, flight level 310.
370 is set.
310, United 2128.
We're through 16,000. We could settle in. Look, the turbulence looks pretty good. No bumps right now. It was a little bit bumpy coming out of on the climb, but it's pretty darn smooth right now, folks. So we're just going to ride that air. When we get to 18,000, we'll do our 18,000 flow, and we'll be done. Well, done with this. So to give you an idea, the livery I created, I really wanted something nautical, so I put that wave in there. I love blue and black, and I love sharks. So that's kind of where this came out of. And you could see the old Southwest paint in there. You can kind of see it on the tail if the sun hits it right. where you could see a little bit of the Southwest showing through. You see that on the tail? How the stripes come up? This is an old Southwest jet. So
American 1684, contact
pretty cool.
Jacksonville Center 135975.
And
135975.
29901 going standard. I'm going to turn off our lights before we get penalized. So that's kind of where the where this livery came
November
from.
48 Juliet Tango, Jacksonville Center 135925.
I'm just trying to back it off a little bit, so give you guys a little nice view out the window here. It's pretty much all the way over now. It's just nothing but water. Couple of Bahama islands I'll show you along our trip. But that's kind of where this this livery came from, and the title series is what we have going on now. Like this is spring tide. We have.
You want to level off at 1-2000?
That's affirmative. Just sort of the.
All right, climb and maintain 1-2000. Climb and maintain 1-2000.
Where's my drink? I need a drink. So, thank you. This is a beautiful livery. Yes. Shaquille Oatmeal, what's going on, buddy? How are you doing? Hope you're doing well.
Jacksonville Center, Delta 17.
Let's see here. I create the livery files for the aircraft. I sure did. I made the livery, so I painted it in P3D.
This is Miami Center.
This is before the 737 got released for 2020, and then what I did is hired J Aviation, and he's done a ton of Southwest liveries on flightsim.to. If you download his stuff, he does great work, by the way. And I paid him to do my 2020 just because I didn't have time. I was working on, and he's great. So I was working on training. And matter of fact, I'm almost done with the MD-80, so I'm painting the MD-80, but I'm going to give it to him to finish it up. And just say, here, finish this aircraft. But it's almost done. The MD-80 is actually going to be named after a tuna. It's called bluefin, and instead of a shark on the engine nacelles, it's going to be a bluefin tuna. Again, something different. The title series we're going to run. If you look at Springtide, look it up on Google. What does Springtide mean? Same with Riptide and same with Slacktide. Those are our 3 aircraft. All 3 of those airplanes are named after tides or titles. I'm talking about ocean tides, right? So a Springtide. And I'm not going to tell you, but you can look it up, what it means. And same with the Slack. Slacktide is another aircraft we have, and Riptide, obviously. That's our call. And then eventually, when we get through the title series, we're going to switch to sharks. So it'll be a Mako, Great White, Tiger, Hammerhead, some cool stuff. And then fish. I mean, you just name it. As we grow, so is our fleet. Our fleet will grow as well. I tell you what, if PMDG comes out with a 757, I'd be really tempted to buy it. But like I said, right now our cash reserves are wicked low, just because of the purchases I had to make. These 3 aircraft set us back. We started with $50 million. And we're making money, even with 2 pilots flying the line. We're making money. It's not a lot, but we're making money. We're making about $500,000 a month with 2 of us flying the line like this. I venture to guess. So you see these rule violations? Strobes turned off island flight. So that's not right. So I got to work on that just a little bit. Maybe I could turn that off. I could turn all this stuff off, so you don't get penalized like I do. But you can see we're going to be flying right over the Bahama Islands. That's where kind of we're headed. And then NASA's right there. So we got this island here we're going to be flying over. Really nice little deal. But this is our ACARS. You can see with ACARS, we have our briefing right here. So if you didn't have your briefing, you could pull it up here and go, okay, what does our release say? Which is really nice. It's cool. It's a cool little thing. By the way, you can't fly this aircraft right now. So if you wanted to fly, one of the routes, you'd have to pick another airplane. And I don't know how that's going to be with 10 pilots and 3 aircraft. Hopefully, obviously I could change that setting if I had to. If people are saying, I can't fly the flight, or I can't fly a flight because of X, Y, or Z. If the airplane is in use, you're just going to have to Just have to wait, right? We'll see. We'll see how that goes, because every flight is tracked, right? Every aircraft has time on it, and it's tracked by maintenance. So another thing is, if you hard land this aircraft, okay, you are going to pay for it. You're going to pay for it out of your pocket. I've done it already. I did a soft landing. 2 of our pilots did soft. 1 of our pilots did a hard one, and sure enough, it triggers a hard landing inspection, and the aircraft is out of service. You know, so the aircraft might be out of service for 3 hours while it's going through an inspection, and you're delayed. You know, the whole flight's delayed. If you're thinking about a turn, you're not going to be able to turn that. So it's fun stuff like that. That's just the little hidden gems, I want to call it, that's baked into the program. That's real fun. No Crimson Tide. No. Crimson Tide. Now that's going to be way too confusing. Did I get all of your questions in? You could see as we're pushing through at 28,000, it's real smooth, folks. I do want to demo the website for you, so maybe I could pull that up. Let's see if I can pull the website here for you and just kind of show you around a little bit. Let's see if I could do this without giving away too much. Yeah, I might be able to. Maybe not. Dang it, I gotta move it over. So do you folks want to see that or no? Is that something you want to see? Do you have any questions? Plus, if you're willing to go through the training and get hired, you got to get hired first and then go through the training process. And the training is not that bad. It's fun. If you want a challenge, it's definitely fun. I'm going to try to pull it up. Let's see if we can do this. I'm going to try to log in here with this email. Let's see if I can get in here. Sure, let's see it, Sean. Okay, Sean's up for it. All right, folks.
Okay,
this
937 can resume climbing.
This is our training right now.
American
This is what we've built.
Climb maintain, flight level 370.
370, American 937.
You've got modules here. You've got the module. First thing you start with is module 100, or is our ground school. So you'd get enrolled into this. And once you click into this, you have all of these things. You have aircraft general, lighting, quiz, caution and warning, emergency equipment, fire protection. You go air systems. You go automatic flight, electrical, APU and engines, flight controls, primary and secondary flight controls. You go flight instruments, fuel, hydraulic, landing gear and brakes, TCAS, and GPWS. Once you get through all that, you graduate until module 200. So this is what's so interesting about this. It's really cool. If I click the bleed air section, you can see we've got this video, and it's not going to show right because of the whole thing. But when I was as an instructor with Angle of Attack, we did this, and I got permission to do it. So, which is really cool that we got permission for it. So if I click out of this, we go back. We're talking about EFOM indoctrination, and the EFOM indoctrination is all about our EFOM, right? It's the employee FOM. You got to sign an NDA, which is non-disclosure agreement or disclaimer. You're not going to share it. It's going to be coded to you, and like I said, it's a 300-page document, right? So just trying a little bit of control on. I don't want these, the EFOM to be thrown out there. That's kind of why we do it, but it's the property of us. But obviously, you got to go through our indoctrination EFOM training. It's probably about 200.
1453 Department of Airspace to the south.
Probably about 200 to 300 pages, and that's expanding, right? So that's going to change, grow. I should show you a little bit of the EFOM. It's insane what we've got in there. It's really cool, though. Again, it's based after real-world experience, real-world airlines.
So 2275 Miami Center, Tampa, altimeter 29991, expect the ILS runway 19 right approach.
Then we go into the series of 300 series here, and you can see we have the Module 301 with its release, 302. This is all sim rides. You're going to have to record your sim rides yourself.
What is that?
And then you're going to have to send them. And you can do this for free. It doesn't cost anything. You can just download OBS and then record your flight. You send it to us on like a Google Drive. Again, it's free. One of our instructors will look it over, see if you pass. If you say, yep, you passed on 301, we'll give you some constructive feedback. And then you go to the next one. 302, 303, 304, 305, and then you graduate.
Part of my airspace to the east, Miami Oceanic, not online. Radar service terminated for frequency change. Approved. Roll tide.
Yes, sir. We will see you next week. Riptide 1. Have a good one. And another cool thing is that your air traffic controllers get to know us very well. All right, we're flying over the Bahama Islands right now. And the next one we're going to do is I can pull the other one. Let's see if I can get it back here. All right. So you can see the Series 400 right in here, and that's what I'm starting right now. So Module 401 is done, 402 is getting done. This is more of our maneuvers. So 300 is just basically, okay, I'm going to throw a couple of scenarios at you. This is how you divert. This is how you hold. This is how you shoot and approach. 400 is all about maneuvering. Okay? Now it's time to blow an engine, lose hydraulic. You know, single engine land, single engine go around, things like that. Stalls, steep flights, turns, descents, climbs, rudder effectiveness. What happens if the spoiler's out and you turn? Those types of things. They're really fun, I think. So our 400 series really starts going into the maneuvers. Once you get really comfortable with the aircraft, the 500 series, and there's only going to be about 4 flights on this series, so 402's content is already done. I'll give you an idea of how this looks. If I type in, if I click the 401 here, I don't think I'm signed in, so I can't get in there. I'd have to sign up for it. Get enrolled, whatever. So I click 401, I can start the lesson. I'll show you. This is kind of how it is. It's a briefing in classroom. So you do an in-classroom brief here. And you can see it's very, a lot of this stuff, this is all pretty darn real, folks. Just to give you an idea of what we do here, and then we film and show you inside the flight deck what to expect, how to do everything. So, really cool stuff, right? What I think is really cool, but you might not. Fun. All right, 36 for 37. We're coming up to our cruise altitude. We have 750 pounds in the center tank. And we are in BITAC about 37 miles. We'll be at our release point. And you can see Bahama Islands here off to the other side. Now, that is not our website. That's our training site. You got to get through that first before you get released, right? And like I said, the 500 series is all about check rides. You're going to be doing a series of 4 check ride flights. Everything from start to finish, right? From dispatch all the way to flying. Okay, it's all you now. We'll give you a scenario. We'll give you a release. The first flight you get a release. The second flight is all you. The third flight is all you. And I think we're going to do 4 flights on that. And then the 4th flight is your alive. It'll be a live flight. It's where we're not going to tell you anything, and we're going to say, okay, you're going to fly this leg, go ahead. Real world weather on all 4 of those flights. You have to do the dispatch. You have to show us what you're doing on the dispatch, and then once we approve that, you pass the check ride, or the LOE it's called, your line orientation experience. You are done. You have now graduated, and then we give you a pilot ID. You get released to the line, and you get to their next our actual website, which is, internal, but I can show you. So, pretty crazy. It's a lot of work. It's in depth, but I think that's kind of who we want to attract, right? We want to attract the pilots who want to do this, who want a little bit of a taste of what a 121 carrier training kind of goes through. By the way, every year you're going to have to go through training. It's not just one and done, all right? So every year, all of us will have to go through our experience, or it's called, it's a CQ, or continuing qualification training. We're all going to have to do it. So all the pilots are not, nobody's immune to it, which I think is fun too. Again, it keeps it interesting. It keeps it a little more challenging. It is definitely nothing you've seen before. You tell me, have you seen a virtual airline do anything like this? And then we'll go into the website. If you want to see the website, I'll see if I could pull it up and just show you kind of under the hood a little bit. I don't know if I can do that right now. All right, here we go. This is our website. So you're going to get the dashboard. Once you get logged into here, you get a pilot number, you get logged in. This is what you're looking about. So we've got a dashboard here. I've got 107 hours and 25 minutes. $13,000 is in my bank account. They pay me to fly, obviously. I'm paid this money. It's virtual money, by the way. Again, it costs pilot. Every time a pilot flies, it costs us money because we got to pay you. We got to pay you. We got to pay the flight crew, the flight attendants as well. That's all baked into our simulation here. Flight time's 2 hours 43 minutes for this flight. That last flight, we landed at 242 feet per minute into LaGuardia, which is pretty firm, but it's LaGuardia, so expect that. And we could come over here. This is what the weather at Miami is looking like. Bing. And these are just some news. If I click the news, you can see right here. Equipment team, Coastal is investing in ground equipment at Bar Harbor and St. Thomas. Please run the APU according to the EFOM procedures for normal gate operations. Again, that's probably about 5 minutes before push, but you can see any of our news that comes out, or our NOTAMs will be right there. Click live flight map. You can see our flight is right here. We're tracking it right now, going from Miami all the way down to this little island here in St. Thomas. And if I click on operations, these are our flights out of Miami. Okay, and then you could bid right here. Our PIREPs are right here. So we got one in progress. Our last one was 2 hours and 42 minutes on springtide. Click tours, and this is, I'm going to open this up, show you. So this is what your tour looks like. This is what it says tours, but it's really a trip. So I want you to think of it as a trip. This is a 3-day trip to St. Thomas. That's what we're flying right now. Okay, we're flying MIA, I think it was Miami 3A or something like that. You can see I did this whole thing this week. I went Miami, LaGuardia. We went LaGuardia to Bar Harbor back to LaGuardia, LaGuardia to Bar Harbor. Now, I didn't fly this all in one day. You don't have to. All that there's required is one flight in 30 calendar days. All right, that's all that's required to stay active. But I did this every day. I did one because I wanted to prepare this flight, so I had to get down to Miami to prepare for it. But you can see we went Miami, LaGuardia, Bar Harbor. This is our money makers right here, folks. This is the money maker. These flights. So 1, 2, 3 flights. So that's 4 legs. 1, 2, 3, 4. And that puts you, again, part 117. So all of the flight restrictions and the time restrictions are baked into the schedule, knowing that, okay? This is where you stay. Overnight, Bar Harbor Inn and Spa. If you look it up, you'll actually see the hotel. And then our day 2 is coming in. We start flying Coastal 1, which we're on right now. We're on day 2. And we go from Bar Harbor, LaGuardia. That's the early morning flight. That's the originator. It's a cold and dark start out of Bar Harbor, LaGuardia. Then we go to LaGuardia, Miami, which I just flew in previous. And then Miami to St. Thomas, which we're flying right now. We stay over in St. Thomas, end of day 2, Sapphire Beach. That's our hotel. And then you can see the next day is really nice. It's one leg out, and we fly from St. Thomas, Miami, and it's about a 3-hour flight, and you take off late in the afternoon. I think it's like a 3 o'clock departure. Pretty cool stuff. This is what it looks like. in terms of nautical miles and distance and stuff like that. Pretty cool. So that's something fun, right? Flight assignments, we can do that in the future. We will do that for like any charters or something like that if you want to do a charter. Maintenance is looking good right now, but I'm going to show you a better page for the maintenance. And we take a look at our fleets here. If we go to pilot resources and take a look at NOTAMs. Here's our NOTAMs. All crew members, Coastal Airways has invested $107,000 in ground equipment service, GPU, and AC cards for our outstations in Bar Harbor and St. Thomas. Please only run the APU 5 minutes prior to departure. Flight crews, please download the new version of the EFOM 1.1.2. Good to go. And then I did our single engine right here. This is our tanker. Team fuel costs are on the rise, and unfortunately we're in crosshairs of this crisis. All of our destinations are seeing triple fuel prices. These new levels are unsustainable. Effective immediately, we're asking all flight crews to use single engine taxi procedures where weather dictates to reduce our fuel burn. Please consult EFOM 3213 for guidance. Thanks for your efforts. So you can see like all this stuff is in there. Pretty cool. I click on the fleet now and I'll show you what we've got. We're flying Springtide. So if I click on Springtide, you're going to see where we're at. Current state is 99%. A-check is coming up in 479 hours. Again, what happens is the aircraft goes into an A-check. Well, it's out of service for about 2 days. Well, what airplane's got to take over? We got to have a spare. You guessed it, it might be the MD-80. So we might have to throw the MD-80 into the flight to get that flight service to whatever until we pull it out. So that's why we have a little spare to help us offset this stuff. So you can see kind of what's going on. Our configurations are here, our subfleets here. We're going to go ahead and check this, and I'll show you our finances. This is kind of what we've got. Income right now, overall, our income is $3.8 million. We have $1.6 million on expenses. Our balance is $2.18 or $2.1 million. That's total. Only 3 pilots right now. Subfleets 2. We have 4 aircraft. And we have 16 flights. You can see kind of what we've done, our total fuel burn. This is really not our financials. This is kind of our financials at a glance. Then we go deep into the finances. But you can see really cool stuff. There's our hub. It's obviously Miami International Airport. Take you to there. So there's a lot of cool things that you can look for and stuff like that. And I'm going to just show you my profile. I'm now a captain. I've got 2 badges under my belt. I've got my 50-hour badge. I've got a 100-hour badge. You get rewards, by the way, when you fly for us. We give you credit. And then blue bars. Right now, as a captain, you actually would start just with white bars, and then when you hit your 100 hours, you get your blue bars, which is really cool and fun as well. And now I'm not a high-time captain anymore. I've graduated to captain, so I can go much lower on our minimums. Just like FOs, just like when you start out, you're a low-time FO, you're a low-time captain, you're going to be restricted on how low you can go on approaches. Again, that's all in the FOM. Pretty cool stuff. What else do you want to see? That's our profile. I showed you that already. I showed you the fleet. All right, and you can see if I click into the subfleet here, you can see what we got going on. All right, you can tell where the aircraft is. This is all of our downloads too. You could download the logbook, de-icing cards, Coastal Airways 737 checklist, aircraft tech log, our Coastal Airways QRH, our aircraft fluid log is all in for download. Plus the aircraft, you want to download the aircraft, that's in there too. I believe it's actually going to be in the actual aircraft. So if I click on the aircraft, I could come down here. There it is. This right here, slack tie for the NGXU, that's for P3D. This one right here is for the level up for you X-plane folks. And then we go from FS 2020s right there, our logbook, de-icing card, and all that other stuff is down in here as well. So really cool. Location of this aircraft is in Myrtle Beach. One of our pilots flew it into Myrtle Beach. Pretty cool stuff. What do you think? That's cool. All right, I've bored you enough with the with this. I got a fuel issue. No, we don't. We just have low pressures because it was yapping too much. All right, let's turn the seatbelt signs off now. The passengers are probably getting a little antsy back there. All right, what else, folks? Let's talk about. Let's go outside here. See what we got. Look at how pretty that is coming across the Bahamas. It's another Bahama island behind us. Really cool. I love the livery as well, if I'm not gonna lie. Definitely a lot of Southwest influence, right? Look under the nose, you can see that's the Southwest thing, 700, 706. I like how they do that. Kept that in there. Anytime we can get our hands on an old Southwest jet, we're going to because we are flying it that way. Obviously, the MD-80 is not like that. The MD-80 is an American Airlines aircraft. So again, the MD-80 is more for fun and a spare if we ever need it. I'm so blown away. Thank you. Well, you know, I've got to tell you, folks, this has been a year. It's been over a year. We started this slightly over a year. We started this endeavor in August of last year. The site was built very fast. We got that thing built in like 2 months. But you got to understand, there's two sites. There's a whole training LMS system that all the content had to be added in there. I just got done with ground school today. My last quiz I inputted today. I had some help with our other 2 pilots. I had them pushing as much as they could. We got a target 1,000 feet ahead of us. Looks like it's coming right at us. I'll take a peek at it and see if we can see him. I will show you financials, so we're not done yet. Okay, we still got financials to plow through. I'll bore you with some financials coming up, and you'll really get a taste of what to expect, and it comes out monthly. So again, if you're like me, I love the business side of the airline, obviously, and I think it's really robust. I know it's fictional, but I wanted that because I don't want to be beholden to anybody's, this procedure is changing or that's procedure. If we change a procedure, we change it for a reason, and we'll let you know, right? So, you know, with airlines, they change all the time, and I get it. It's okay to do that. I'm going to see if I can find this aircraft coming up. Where is he? He's going to be on the FO side. If he's anywhere, we can see him. Probably not going to be able to see him. He's super high and he's away from us. He's more than 6 miles out. Let's talk about our where was I talking about? What was I looking at? Oh, I'm in the wrong section here. That's probably why. I'm like, why am I not seeing this? So anyway, I hope you are excited, and I hope you want to fly for us. I'd love to have you. Like I said, it's different than you've probably experienced before. There's a lot of work that's going to be put into it for you, but I honestly feel like there's a lot of sign and flies out there. We're not a sign and fly. If you sign up, you're dedicated to see it through. If you actually graduate and you become hired, get hired first, you got to get through the training. If you graduate, you're here to stay. I mean, honestly, because you put so much time and effort into something, and we're going to grow. And that's what's so cool about this is, like, you're going to help. If you get in, you're going to help grow the airline. Okay, you're going to help with the finances. You're going to help, with single engine taxi. Well, we got to save money, and I'm going to communicate that to our flight crews and say, hey, there's only one way, and that's up. And we have some really cool destinations. And I'm going to show you some our timetable right now. I'll pull the timetable up so you can see kind of what to expect. This is our timetable. This is an old school timetable. I'll print this out. We do a fall, a winter. Probably right now. It's not going to change for a while. So maybe it's just a September. It's just effective this month. It just started. So you could see all of our flights here. From Bar Harbor, we've got Buffalo. Obviously, you've got some rough ones. You got to change four stops, one aircraft change in Miami. But you can see this is our little timetable. I love timetables. I love stuff old school. But again, this is all in our schedule, and I've got to cook the other one in there. Like you saw the trips, I've got to build that trip in, the second trip that we're doing here. Look at Charleston right here. We've got Key West, Miami, Myrtle Beach, and St. Thomas. Again, you change planes to St. Thomas. That's why we built the schedule so we connect in Miami. And I said they land within maybe 15, 20 minutes of each other. So we're coming in from LaGuardia into Miami. You can see what time we land, 11:05. Well, that flight that comes in from Myrtle Beach and goes to Miami, look at it, 10:05. So it's an hour difference, but the aircraft that goes from Miami to Key West doesn't take off until, where's Key West? From Miami to Key, right here, 11:30. So you can see this one lands at 11:05. This one to Key West pushes at 11:30. But you really get in, we land at about 10:50, so the passengers are going to have 20 minutes to change, and the gates are right next to each other. So they're going to literally go outside, boom, hop in, and then we're done. So it's a 20-minute change for passengers, and that's it. The pilot, I got to tell you, that schedule is a beast. Going out of Buffalo is a beast because you are under the gun from the start. So out of Buffalo, we go to Charleston at 5:45 in the morning. Look at the turn, folks. You land at 6:55 and you go from Charleston to Myrtle Beach. I always try to click that, but you go from Charleston to Myrtle Beach, you can see 7:25. These are quick. Oh, there's a typo there too. I got to change that. They're quick. I mean, I'm talking 20, 25-minute turns. They are fast. You have to push the clock to get going on these flights. Pretty cool. All right, let me show you the finances. And this is going to be a financial at a glance. I'll show you our totals here, monthly assets, our fleet, and our Q1 assets, and we're looking at a summary. That's a Q summary. So we went with the monthly summary. I'm going to pull that monthly summary up and show you just on how painstakingly detailed this thing is that we go through. All right. So this is our finances. This is how healthy we are right now. Our net income loss for August, $642,000. Our operating revenue was $1 million. So think of that. Almost half of that is costs, right? Operating expenses, $376,000. Our operating expenses excluding fuel and oil was $151,000. Our RASM in cents. Now that means revenue per available seat mile, which means like, okay, we fly 1 mile with a person in the seat. How much money are we making per seat per mile? And it's $6.20 a mile, averaging for August. Our CASM, which is cost per available seat mile, is $2.32. I'll give you an idea. That cost is wicked high. Most airlines like Southwest, for instance, they're in the 11 range, 12 cents range. We're $2.32. Our costs are extremely high because of fuel. All right. You can see a CASM excluding fuel and oil expenses, 92 cents. All right. So our costs dropped in August. They were $1.22 in July. They dropped to 92 cents. Now that's cost per available seat mile. Average fuel burn per year to date, look at that now. It's going down. It's 29 cents. We had a little bit of give on the fuel. Our revenue passengers carried, we carried 2,000 of them in July, and we carried 3,000 of them. And the reason why our costs went up, okay, but you can see our revenue. Look at our revenue. Our revenue increased a little bit, which is good. Those are good signs and positive signs. And look at our load factor is 89%. That's the kick right there. 86% versus 89%. And then available seat miles went down because we didn't fly a lot. One of our pilots, he was flying a crap out of the schedule, and he had school, so that kind of dropped that down a little bit. But you can see the efforts really matter. When you fly the line here and you submit a PIREP, all of it matters. Okay, all of it's going to affect these numbers. And every month I go through this. Look at our salary, benefits, and wages, $5,000 there. Fuel and oil expenses last month was $230,000. Our maintenance cost $71,000. Landing fees cost us $23,000. And other operating expenses are $3,000. Our fare expenses are $42,000. Total expenses $376,000. So it's insane, right? The amount of detail that I put into it, it's pretty impressive, I think. The training looks awesome. Thanks, Sean. Appreciate it. Captain Shaquille O'Neal. Do you have to... Wait, I'm sorry, Nick. What did you say? Nick, I plan because of only having 24 hours in a day. I need a plan because of... Yeah, exactly right. You can only have 24 hours in a day. And I get that. I mean, real life takes precedent over anything. But, again, the requirement to stay active is one flight in 30 days. So that's all that's required, right? If you fly more, that's great. That's going to help our books. It'll help us grow and expand, which is great. And I'll show you, I'm going to show you our website now, and I'll show you what we do. There's a couple things I have to make adjustments to, but for the most part, it's done, right? Flycoastalairways.com. And you folks have been here, and if not, shame on you. All right. So we got features down here. You can read all the features that we have. If you click apply now, it'll send you to the... You can do it that way, or you can DM me on Instagram, or rather you go to Instagram and DM me if you can. This is our new destinations, and we've got Buffalo, Charleston, Myrtle Beach, Key West. If you click on this, you can actually see what gate we operate out of. So there's gate 1. Charleston, we're at a Bravo 2. Myrtle Beach, we're at airport gate Bravo 6. And then, of course, Key West is the ramp. That's gate 7 on the ramp there. Same with these airports, are all coded as well. So there's our new destinations. Here's our fares. You can see why we're getting killed. LaGuardia, Miami. It's $150. I mean, it's nothing. We don't make any money on that flight. We do on this. $320. We make some good money on this. This flight that we're flying right now is $220 a person, and we've got 100. I'll just give you an idea. Let me just give you an idea, rundown of the cost on airlines. Hello, I finally got here. What have I missed? Folks, what has Gary missed? Did you miss anything? Gary, how are you, by the way? Hope you're well. Welcome to the stream. I'll give you an update here a little bit closer when we get closer. Right now, we're just checking it out. I did hire this person. This flight training manager is hired. I've got to put this up. I've got to ask him if it's okay to drop his picture in here. And then on the bottom, this is all updated. 13 flights. We have 8 destinations, 3 aircraft, 3 pilots, and soon to be 4 aircraft right now. What I'm hoping is that we get... Look, I got to buy the MD-80 next month, right, in October. It's going to cost us about $9.7 million. So right now in cash, I'll just tell you the cash assets right now that we're sitting on, in cash, that's with, let's see here, flights was, equipment assets was there, that's there. Right now in cash in September, we have $9.3 million in September. So if we have a strong September, it could push us to the 9.8 we need to buy the MD-80 in October, which will bring us to $0. But that's okay. As long as we're making money, I'll stop spending money, and we're going to have to save. Just to give you an idea, I've got to save around $15 million. Let's see, the last aircraft cost us... What did it cost? It cost us a lot of money, that last airplane. I think that last airplane, this aircraft that we're flying cost us $20 million. And that's in the desert. So you could see, we've got to save to $20 million, right? Well, that's going to be a long time if 2 of us are flying. So I'm hoping to get more pilots on board, and we could start getting some traction going and get some aircraft going, which is the whole point, right? To have fun. Trying to give you good destinations, very challenging destinations, and trust me, they are. All right, Buffalo is fun to fly out of. It's not really much of a challenge, but it's cool scenery. Charleston Yeager is a fun airport to fly into and out of. It's a 6,000-foot runway on a plateau. Super fun. Myrtle Beach is a cool airport. It's got great scenery there too. And then, of course, Miami is probably the most runway where we're like, oh, this is nice. And then, of course, Key West, and that's a killer. 5,000-footer, really tough runway, and you're turning the aircraft really fast because you've got to get it back up to Miami for the next flight crew so they can get to Buffalo and overnight before their 10-hour pumpkin ride. Anyway, so all that stuff is taken into consideration, and anytime we look at the schedule and we go, okay, what are the potentials for improving the route structure or something like that? I do R&D. I don't just throw a dart and go, yeah, this would be a fun airport to fly out of. I mean, that's part of it, but I go, how many emplacements do they have? What are the costs? Okay, give me an idea. I wanted to go to Islip. I was going to go to Islip. Do you know how much money it is to operate out of Islip now? It's insane. It's another $400 a flight. And I'm like, why? There's no way. I can't do that. I can't make money out of that airport. So anyway, flying from Miami to LaGuardia, we're not making any money. We're losing money. But the money we make because of the other routes make up for it. If that makes sense. You cannot fly it ad hoc as well, which means if I wanted to do this flight tonight, I'm going to go to Miami and fly. You've got to actually fly the schedule. There is no, you start from your base, you end at your base, folks. That's how it works. You start and end at your base. Right now, we're not big enough to deadhead or anything like that, but eventually we'll get there. But you start at your base, you end at your base. Something cool as well. So if you start this line, this Miami, the trip 3 or trip 2, I think, you start in Miami, you go up to Buffalo, you overnight, you come back down. It's a 2-day trip. You don't have, you don't have to plan. I want to answer another question. I had another question in here from Shaquille. Let's see. He said, do you have your sim time set to the time of the flight? Yes, if that makes sense. Absolutely. If it's 7 p.m. departure, the schedule, do you have to fly at 7 p.m. sim time? Yes. So you have to match the sim time to your scheduled flight time, if that makes sense. So right now it's night here, but we're flying, it's 12:38. We took off at 11, I think we took off at 11:50 or 11:40, which was our scheduled flight time. So our scheduled flight time has to match sim time. Do we have any night flights? We have 1 twilight flight, 2, 3. We have 3. We have a cold and dark out of Bar Harbor. It's pretty dark when you take off out of there. It's a 6 o'clock departure out of Bar Harbor, so it's a night flight. But it's beautiful sunrise. I mean, that's probably my favorite route. My favorite route is Bar Harbor, LaGuardia, and back. I love it. It's short. It's probably about an hour and 10 minutes. It's super short. And the other leg is, too. Like, if you go Buffalo to Charleston, it's an hour flight. Charleston to Myrtle Beach is an hour flight. Myrtle Beach to Miami is about an hour and 15 minutes. An hour and 20 minutes. So you're, and then Key West is 40 minutes, 45 minutes. So you're booking it. You're busy the entire day. And I actually flew that. I had a day off, but I flew the entire route all day, and it was super fun. Because you're busy. You're up, you're down. It's like, okay, some people like that. I like a little longer leg like this, where I can just relax a little bit, take it all in, and stuff like that. So hopefully that answers your question. We are headed down to Providenciales. We're almost there. I'll give you an idea. I'm going to punch in a VOR here at 115.6, and just we'll get an update when we cross another 1156. By the way, 115.6. If you want a Coastal Airways t-shirt, consider buying one. If you go to spreadshirt.com, I think it's myspreadshirt.com. I think it's Suava Operation still on that one. I would tell you, but I can't because my dang deck is. That's funny. To get to 20 million, you'll not have to fly any Southwest, just Coastal. Exactly right. But not if we hire people. That's the point. I can't do this all on my own. I need you. I need folks to fly the routes, to get going and get hired, get through the training, and then get released to the line so you can start making money for us. But you're right, yeah. To get to 20 million, are you kidding me? That's what I'm like. Well, it's going to take a while. Just the two of us, or the three of us flying. There's actually 3 pilots flying. But like at school starts to just slow down, you know? And that's normal. I mean, real life takes effect, and you can't fly like... I'm telling you, they flew the schedule off this thing. They flew the wings off the aircraft. Gary, if you look at if you kind of look at the last beginning of the flight, Gary, you'll see kind of what we've got going on. I showcased the flight a little bit. I showcased our website. I showed you the training website. So just kind of go back and take a look, and I'll put chapters up there so you can see them. All right, let's have some fun. We ready? We're gonna have some fun here. Another island. What island would that be? Do you know? Zoom in there and see what we've got here. We've got Crooked Island we're crossing right next to. Cool, huh? There we go. We got about 300 miles into the flight. Maxwell, do you ever overclock your CPU to get better performance on your sim? I have overclocked it. I didn't overclock this one though. I could, but I didn't. I think I get pretty good performance with it right now. I've got a great graphics card. 126 miles to Providenciales, so if something goes wrong, we can go somewhere. Let's talk about some systems. Any questions on the site or anything else you want to know about the interview process or anything like that? Let me know now. If you're still with us, during the landing and you want to be hired on, or you want to interview tonight, I will interview you tonight if you guess the landing rate. So obviously you got to have a few things to start. I'm not going to waive. I'm not going to waive anything, but I know it's 300 VATSIM hours requirement because we are on VATSIM. You'll be flying on VATSIM on every flight, and that's kind of ideal. But if you have, I'd say even 100 hours on VATSIM tonight. If you have 100 hours, but I got to see total time and all that. The reason why the experience level is high is because the training, folks. I can't throw you in the training when you don't know the 737. Now, I'm not saying you got to know the 737, perfect, because nobody does, right? I'm not saying that, but you got to know the aircraft a little bit. You got to know, all right, I know how to program the FMC. I know how to fly and approach. If you could do the basic things, then you could take the training and get through the training, no problem. That's fine. So our requirements, I could waive those a little bit, but I still want you to have some VATSIM hours. All right, Pops. Pop's going to bed. He's tired. He's turning into a pumpkin. And I'm tired too. I need a drink. I've kept saying that, but now I mean it. I definitely need a drink. Okay, any questions on the website or anything like that? Kind of looking at my emails really quick, and then we're going to go into some systems training here in a minute. Sean, maybe you missed this part, but do you serve snacks, beverages on coastal? How are the baggage fees? Okay, bags fly free. We don't charge for bags. We do have cargo that we get paid for. I think our cargo rate is 98 cents a pound on this zone. Again, that zone will change depending on the map and where we're going. But right now it's 98 cents a pound. So that was a great question. We do get revenue from cargo. So I'll give you an idea. We're looking at... Oh, that's a really good question, Sean. So if you look at our weight here, our load sheet, you can see we had about 190 bags in that forward hold, number 2. Our aft hold was number 3, and look at our cargo. It's 2,400 there. See that 2,400 cargo? That's $2,400 pounds. We'll multiply that by 98 cents a pound. That's about $2,300. So we've got just $2,300 in revenue just in the cargo hold right now. So bags fly free. We don't charge for bags, but our ticket price going to St. Thomas, I'll give you an idea. Right now is $220, okay? That's our ticket price. So we're looking at $220 times 137 packs. Okay, so just figuring the math really quick, 220 times 137, that brings us what? 30 grand. All right, that's $30,000, that revenue, straight in, without taking anything out. Plus the extra 2,300, we're going to make the math easy. So we're looking at $32,300 is what we have to work with. All right, on this particular flight. Right off the bat, Miami cost us about $1,300. I'll give you all the expenses. $1,300 right off the bat. Okay, it's probably a little bit more than that. Actually, I'm going to be a little more aggressive on that because it's probably going to cost us anywhere from like, I think it's like 23, actually, to tell you the truth, when we're done. So $2,300, it's going to cost us, I'm going to estimate here, flight crew charges. I got to think, a 100-hour captain, that's me. I'm going to get paid, I think, $125 an hour. So this would be about a 2.5. That's, I'm just going to estimate, folks. This is going to be about 312 for one pilot. That's probably what I'm going to get for the flight. I'll probably get more, actually. A 100-hour captain probably gets about $125 an hour. I've got to see. I don't know. Anyway, I'm going to estimate that our aircraft per hour to run this airplane with flight attendants is probably about $4,500 an hour, give or take, with maintenance. Now let's factor in fuel. Fuel in Miami cost, I think, around $8. So if I go up to here, we know we've got $8 to play with. How much fuel did we put on the aircraft? Well, this is the fun part. Right? This is the part where you're like, what? 21,890 subtract 9,250. That's what we landed with. That we put in 12,640 pounds of fuel, right? So 12,640. 12,640. So if you take, crapola. Where'd it go? Where'd it go? Okay. So what did I say? Nope. I said 12,640 pounds times 840. $12,640 times. No, it's not $8 a gallon. It's gonna be $1.26 a pound. Sorry, it's $8 a gallon, but it's like $1.26. I think it's less than that. Hang on, let me do the math really quick. So we got $8 a gallon. A gallon is what? Divide that by 6.7. That gives us, there it is, $1.19. I was close. Okay, so we're $1.19. So we take $1.19, multiply that by $12,640. That brings us at $15,000. It cost the airline $15,000 for the fuel load. Okay, so let's do the math here. We're going to add all of this up, and I'll show you kind of how close our margins are. Plus 312, plus 2,300, $22,000, folks. That's how much it cost us to operate this flight right now. So you take 23,000, 32 grand, 300. What did I tell you about the margins? How about $10,000 revenue? How's that? How's that? $10,000 revenue. It's not a lot. You see what I'm saying? Like, and the how you fly the aircraft, how you burn the fuel, I mean, all of that counts, right? So, just to show you, it's pretty interesting. Okay, to answer your other question, do we serve snacks and beverages? Yes, we do. How are the baggage fees? They're free. Do we have IFE or Wi-Fi? We are Wi-Fi equipped, so passengers will have to bring on their own device, and we do that to save weight, because I don't want every seat to have a screen. That saves that costs a lot of money in weight, right? Weight equals money, less fuel burn, more money. Gary says, so as long as I get my VATSIM hours up, can I have a chance of getting hired? I know this on Thursday. Absolutely. So, Gary, you fly the 7.3 right now, right? How many VATSIM hours do you have? Let me ask you. Is it low? I do want you to have at least, I mean, minimum, we have our minimums at 300 set VATSIM hours. I know that's pretty high. But yeah, absolutely. You can apply. Again, it's all about, the thing is, if you could get through the training, and VATSIM is a part of the training, right? Because you're going to have to go on VATSIM, you're going to have to fly VATSIM, you're going to be comfortable with it, things like that. I don't know if those minimums are a bit high for people. I think they are. So I could see those minimums dropping a little bit to get people in the door. But that's kind of where we're at right now. Okay, folks, Providence, Cialis is coming up. I'm going to do a burn check at Haggett, is it? We'll do a burn check, and then we're going to do a couple of cool things here in a minute. Sean says, thanks for the info. You bet, Sean. So I want to know what your opinion is on this. Like, what is your opinion on the virtual airline? What do you think about it? You think it's something like crazy nuts? It's over the top for sure. I know that already. Definitely over the top. But I think it's fun. Me, personally, I think it's fun. I want to know what your opinion is on this. You know, going through what I just went through, showing you all the ins, nuts, and bolts of this thing. Not hiding anything, folks. That's for sure. I don't want to sandbag anyone. I want you to know what you're getting into before you get into it. Right? That's kind of why I did this whole thing. I want you to know what's expected, right? What you're going to go through. How much fun it's going to be for you when you graduate. And when you pass, and you pass your check ride. That's a satisfying experience that you've been through the ringer. You could say, yeah, I've been through it, but it's going to make you so much better. You're just going to love it. You're going to be so comfortable with the airplane. I don't care what's going to happen with you on flying the line. You're going to have a failure. You're going to blow out on the engine. Your oil. You're going to be like, got it. Where do you want me to go? Where do you want me to go? You want me to divert? I'll divert. No problem. There's nothing that's going to rattle you, and that's the point. The point is to get you to that point where you're like, I'm so comfortable with this airplane. That doesn't mean you're not cocky about it, but you're still humble. You're still learning, but you're saying, I feel great on this aircraft, right? I've been through so many failures. I can fly this thing and not be like, you know, oh crap, I got to log off because I don't know what I'm doing. Like, that's not going to happen. Does that make sense? That's kind of what I mean. Like, you'll be able to handle the stuff that gets thrown your way, I hope. And that's the plan. Rapid descents. You know, okay, boom, we have a blowout. All of a sudden, the cockpit is filled with fog. What do you do? Right now, we're just sitting here, we're chatting about St. Thomas and the weather in St. Thomas. Right now, the weather in St. Thomas, to give you an idea. It's beautiful. 090, 4 knots, 10 miles visibility, and clear skies. Temperature is about 84 degrees. 89 degrees. Ish. Pressure's high. Great. We have showers in the vicinity, but they're coming tomorrow. And then, bam! Nothing but a big bang and fog. Can't see anything. It's fog. What do we do? I want to know number one thing we do right now. Tell me the problem and tell me what to do. Gary says very, very low VATSIM hours and only fly the 737. Good. You got the 737 part down correctly. That's a good thing. I would, I'd work on getting VATSIM hours up a little bit until you're comfortable. You know, get that 50, 100 hour VATSIM thing going. Then you're gonna apply to us, right? I've known you for a while, Gary. So I'm gonna could throw it in there. I want you comfortable though. I don't want you like not comfortable on VATSIM. That's why I want you to do it. So right now, I think it's a 300 hour minimum. But again, I might lower that down just a little bit. Maybe we do 250 or not. We'll see. Gary says it brings realism to the sim. That's good. Yeah, that's kind of our point. What we're trying to do here. That's for sure. That's funny, Nick. Awesome. So anybody know what just happened? Does anybody want to guess what just happened to us? We got the cockpit filled with fog. We were talking about going to Grand Turk, which we are, 114.2. And I'm going to do a burn check here soon. So 1142, I'm going to go grab a drink here. And all of a sudden, bam! Fog. Sean, good question. How quickly would you have to complete the training? 6 months. And I think that's fair, right? That's kind of what we're shooting for. So hire date is when you go through your interview process. That's your hire date. And then 6 months from that date, you get through your training. I think it's doable. I mean, the ground school is about 30-minute videos. One is an hour long, but 30-minute videos each. So you're looking at 40 hours, 45 plus hours in ground school. And then another 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 hours. It's 40. It's about 100 hours there. 105. Probably totality of this thing is probably about 108 hours. So I think 6 months is doable. You have a 6 month time lapse. Once you hit that 6 months, that's it. You're pulled from the program. You got to start over again. Just because I don't want pilots sitting there, right? I want you to get through and go through the training. So it gives you motivation to get through it, because you do not want to go through and back all over and do it again. So I think 6 months is totally doable and realistic. Okay. Normal aircraft, normal airline ops is about 3 months-ish, give or take, with check rides. So we're doubling that, which is good. But it's gonna take work. It's like school, man. It's just like school. There's quizzes on each, on the ground school portion and the indoctrination. There is a little bit of that. So I'm gonna showcase one other thing for you that I probably didn't showcase before. Let's go down to... Alright. I'm going to show you our FOM. Just a little peek on the FOM, what we've got going on. This is what we've got in our FOM, folks. This is our Employee Operations Handbook. What do we want to know? I mean, you can see what's going on here. This is a lot of information. Again, you're not getting this at other airlines. I'm telling you right now, this is insane what we expect and what you got to study and learn. And nobody's going to learn this entire book, and I don't want you to, but I want you to know where it is to find it. Okay, let's say you know, what pilot duties, or if I go to, let's say we're in LaGuardia, it's snowing. Let's say it's snowing, I don't know. Let's say we got moderate snow going on, light to moderate snow. Where would we go to find de-icing? I got a call for de-icing. What the heck does type 1, type 2, all of those types mean? Type 5 fluid, what does that even mean, right? How do we navigate that? And all of this is in here. So you've got, let's go to de-icing, and that's going to be in after our landing. We got missed approach landing, overweight. I'm looking for you. Cold weather operations is here. Cold soak fuel icing report definitions. There you go. Trace, light, moderate. It will tell you what they've got. And we've got engine anti-ice operation on the ground, in flight, wing anti-ice operation, fuel temperatures, originator flight deck prep in cold weather. What about taxi considerations, takeoff considerations in cold weather? Climb, approach, landing, de-icing plan. All right, let's keep going. There's our de-icing card. Every time you de-ice, you're going to have to fill one of these out. De-icing at the gate, off the gate, remote locations. Type 1 fluid, type 2 and 5 fluids. Now this is the fun stuff. We're starting to get into hot times, right? Holdover times. What the heck is that? What does that mean? Changing weather conditions. You've got holdover times right here. Snowfall intensities, prevailing visibility. Okay, so what if it's light snow, and the visibility is 1 mile, and the temperature is warmer than -1. What do we call it? You look at here, you go down here, it's colder equal to -1, or is it warmer? Well, it's moderate, right? What about colder equal to -1 at night? Moderate. This is daytime, this is nighttime, and this is how you find your snowfall intensities. And then you go to ice palette allowance times, you go to your hot times. Type 1 fluid hot time. So you know now let's say it was during the day, or it's at night, let's say, it's in Bar or LaGuardia, 1 mile visibility, and it's -1. Colder or equal to -1 at night. It's moderate. So okay, 1 mile visibility, moderate. So anyway, you'd say to yourself, oh, shoot, that's moderate now. Then you come down over here, like I said before, in your holdover time chart, and you say, okay, we've got degrees -3 and above, which is this category here, okay, and we're at moderate snow. So we come across a type 1 fluid, moderate snow. You're looking at 6 minutes to 11 minutes before you have to reapply type 1 fluid. So I wouldn't use type 1 unless you're right next to that dang runway and you're ready to go, because you have to start the clock. You have to do a clean check, the whole 9 yards. Anyway, you can see type 2. If it's 3 degrees and above, which it was, type 2 concentrations here, let's say it's 75-25, all types of snow, 15 to 30 minutes. So it's pretty intense, but it's fun. Challenge accepted. This is going to be fun. Oh, that's great. Do you have to don oxygen mask for the fog? Yes, that's great. So Sean, that's exactly right. Sean's talking about our last issue that we had, right? We have fog in the cockpit right now, right? We can't see I can't even see the gauges. What do? We're going to go right down to this puppy, okay? And we're going to pull the oxygen mask and let it go and make sure we're at 100%, and then I'm going to establish communication with the FO, all right? And start communicating with the FO. Once we got that, we've got oxygen on 100%, we've got a rapid decompression. Now I'm going to take the aircraft and do a rapid decompression. We're going to take it from 37,000. We're going to drop it to 10,000. Okay. So this is an off-airway maneuver. So we'll roll the aircraft. I'm going to go heading select. We'll roll 10 degrees off the airway. We'll take the vertical speed. We're going to take the altitude, drop it all the way down to 10,000, and then altitude select, drop the thing, throw the speed brake, and just ride that thing down and start the clock. You need to get down before 10 minutes. Because the passenger, and then you're going to come upstairs here on the overhead, you're going to make sure that this light is on. If it's not, you're going to flip it to the on, drop the masks, and get down. Then when the aircraft's in the descent, you're going to call back, and you're going to say, folks, from the flight deck, we're heading down to 10,000 feet. Please put your masks on. Flight attendants call. Then call the flight attendants, establish crew communication with the back, find out what the heck happened. You don't have time to ascertain. You got to get to a breathable altitude and quick. Okay, you got to do it within 10 minutes. Once you get to altitude, then you can figure out what's broken on the aircraft, right? What happened? What's going on? That's a rapid decompression. So that scenario I just told you was rapid decompression. It's a move, you run your QRH, we'd go through all the checklists, the whole 9 yards. Okay, we would don off mass 100%, establish crew communications, pressurization mode selector manual, outflow valve, hold and close. You're going to open the outflow valve. You're going to see if you have in closed position, by the way, if you have pressurization in the cabin. That's another thing you have to do. You're going to look up, you're going to see, do we have pressure or not? If this thing starts dropping on us, this cabin altitude starts coming up like this, it'll start climbing on us. That's a problem. That's when we need to get down. So that's another good thing to do. Okay, we just passed over our Hagit, I think it was called. So let's go ahead and do a burn check, folks, and see if we are burning on or close to schedule. I'll pull up my charts, and I'm going to hit the restroom really quick, grab a drink, and then come back and we'll finish it up. Okay, it looks like Hagit is right there. And let's take out what our burn should be and what our burn was. Crapola. I didn't get it, but yeah, we did 13.4. I did get it. So we're at 13.4 scheduled. I'm going to show you this flipping thing. 13.4 on the schedule. Let's do this right here. So 13.4 on the schedule. You can see what we should be burning is 12.5. So we are 1,000 pounds up, which is good. We like that as pilots, right? We're burning right, actually less than scheduled, so that's really good for us. Okay. Excellent. We've got a few more miles at the top of the descent. We have 270 nautical miles at the top of the descent, folks. We'll start getting this aircraft ready to go in about 70 nautical miles. So very soon, we'll start our descent planning and get ready to head down into St. Thomas. Yeah, let's see. Sean says, I think the 6 months is reasonable. How about minimum number of hours per month once you are flying? There is no minimum number of hours. It's flights. So if you fly one flight, that's fine. Let's say that flight's an hour. That's it. That's all that's required. One flight a month. One flight in 30 days, I should say. 30 calendar days. I hope you fly more. Just because we need more money. But I think that's gonna happen as more pilots get through the training and get released, and then bang to the line. So that's just gonna happen. More pilots will fly, equals more money, and we can buy more aircraft. That's kind of how this thing's gonna work, I think. But like I said, we're looking for 8. Looking for about 4 and 4. And I think we got 3. So I've already got 5 on the list. So if you want to be on the list, we'll contact you in the next coming weeks. I think like I said, I've got 4 or 5 on the list right now who are goes. We got to do some interviews, and the interview process is going to be fun as well. Know how to read a chart. That's one of the criteria. You're going to be asked a few questions on that, on charts. Okay, if we're flying an ILS into this airport, What's our minimums? How would you calculate your, you know, what's the DH mean? What's the DA mean? What's, and not crazy, but enough to, it's general information, enough to get you to where you're like, okay, you know how to read a chart, you know. Again, I think we're trying to weed out any of the, I have no idea what I'm doing, because that's not this airline. Oh my gosh, can you imagine? This VA is not like that. Eventually, you know, when you get your, think like regional airlines, you're getting your experience, right? You're getting your VATSIM hours in there. You're starting to, you know, any virtual airline, you're getting your experience in there. You come to this one, it's like, okay, been there, done that with the you know, the smaller carriers. Got my experience in there a little bit. I'm ready to move on, get some challenge going, and push myself to the next level. That's kind of what this is. It pushes you, which is fun. Where the heck is he? He's less than 6 miles, right on my tail. I'm 0.78. Is that Nick? Nick, is that you behind me? Jim, how do you get on the list? Jim, the only thing, my annual donation to Coastal. You know, Gary, I suspended on Patreon. I actually suspended it for the month of October. I don't want you folks paying anything in October, so I'm just giving a month because I've been so busy with Coastal, and I feel bad that I haven't produced any content in terms of Patreon. So that's a freebie in October. Hopefully, who is right on my butt? And why didn't we get a TCAS alert yet? Is that Nick? Nick, I'm 0.78. He's got to be behind me. Unicom, radio check. What are you talking, Mike? Unicom, radio check. I got nothing. Maybe not. Maybe the next sleeper or something like that. I don't know. It's about to run me over. Watch airplane. If we get a TCAS alert, this is going to be interesting. I've never been overtaken in the back. But what can we do as a pilot right now? Again, start thinking like a captain. What would you do? You got 138 passengers behind you. We're getting eaten alive by an airplane here. What would you do? I'll tell you what we're going to do. We're going to do a route offset right 1 mile. So I'm going to drop in here, and I'm going to say, okay, let's go to route. I'm going to do an offset. Again, you learn this in training. We're going to go route R. I'm going to go to the right, and we're going to go 1 mile. Route offset to the right. Let's see if it takes it. 1 mile. I got to do it. I got to do it both. I got to do right first, and then we're going to offset. You stupid thing. Offset 1 mile. What are you talking about? I got to look again. Oh, that's the distance. It's 1 mile. But it's not going to take that because it's going to have to go 0, 0, 1. You stupid thing. What are you doing? 0, 0, 1. I think it's been a while. Right side. Did I say right? Let me look. I want to make sure that I'm getting this right. Distance 0.1 about 1 mile. What? Get my book. I need my book. Anybody know? You could do a lateral offset distance. That's distance. It should be right 1 mile. There we go. I knew it. Stupid. Okay, so our start waypoint is going to be not our start waypoint or an M waypoint. We're just going to actually execute it because I want to start the offset right now. So the airplane is turning to the right. You can see what's happening, and it's basically going to saddle the route so we can stay off of Nick's bumper, we can stay off our bumper, I think it's Nick, and we can just fly like this instead of like this, you know, so it helps mitigate mid-air collision. And I'm not going to do an end, I'm just going to stay right 1 mile off of course, and look at your AMP now. This is your actual navigational performance. Watch what happens when we start going offset a little bit. It's pretty cool stuff, folks. I don't know why I had a brain freeze on that. I'm like, what am I forgetting? I just had a brain lock, which happens. Look at your AMP. Our actual navigational performance scale is sliding over to the left because we're left of course. It's saying, hey, Dorkwad, you're left of course, what are you doing? You know, and it's going to slide over more. Now our AMP, I'm going to show you our actual navigational performance error right now. And I'm going to drop in here and show you that a little bit. If we go to see the offset alert, that's letting us know we're on offset. But if we go to our route page and we go to legs, we go to route data, and I don't think it's in route data. Hang on, I gotta figure out where it is. Route data, I thought it was. There it goes. So our RMP is 2 miles. We're actual 0.5, 0.6, right? That's gonna go up because you're allowed 2 miles on this either way of center line. So 1 mile off the center, 1 mile off the center, it's 2 miles total. But we're at 0.6 right now. Our actual AMP. Right there. You can see kind of how we're split in the middle there. Something fun to do. Huh? Cool stuff. Oh, Nick. Oh, no, you're good. No, Nick, don't log off. You're fine. Nick, that's why I offset it. That's why I offset to the right. You're good, man. Log back on. You're fine. Don't log off. I'll fix it. That's why we have this technology. I can go offset right. And that's good demonstration. It demos the route offset feature. And you should log back on. No problem. It's okay. I feel done now. Oh gosh. Maybe you could do a Patreon VATSIM tutorial. Maybe. Have you seen the VATSIM tutorial we did for Navigraph? I don't know if you saw that, Sean. Did you see that video? And honestly, Nick, get back on. You're fine. Honestly, you're fine. It's no big deal. I just offset to the right 1 mile. It's no big deal. You're gonna take me over anyway. I'm going 0.78, so you're probably pushing. You know, you're probably going a good clip, which is all good. Don't feel dumb, dude. That's a training exercise, right? And it helped me because I'm like, it's been a long time since I did a route offset. It's fun though, good times. Jim, did I mention how to get on the list? I don't think I mentioned that. So, a couple things you can do to get on the list, Jim. You could go to flycoastalairways.com, and then you could, on the bottom, just apply now, and then you can just fill out your information. Once I get your information, once I get the email, I'll put you on the list to call. If you could DM, if you're on Instagram, go to Coastal Airways, DM me your resume, your virtual resume, that is. Your flying and stuff like that. That's what I'm most interested in, is your career in flying. And that's for anybody that's going to go through, interviews. You got to send us a virtual resume with your VATSIM ID. And then what we'll do is we'll give you a call, and there's going to be a panel hiring. There'll be 2 people that interview you. I'll probably be one of them, and one of the other folks in our airline will be another one. There's 3 of us. We'll probably interview as well. We have a set question to interview. It's not that big of a deal, but it's fun. Again, it's fun because we talk about a lot of character questions and flight, but we don't grill you on like systems or anything like that. It's nothing like that. It's, can you brief a chart? Can you read a chart? That's basic. right? Basic aviation skills is what we're looking for. So, for now. Good, he's back on. Good, Nick. And I feel bad if you logged off, dude. You're fine. That was funny. But it gives everybody an opportunity to see the route offset, so that's good. Yeah, Sean, maybe I missed. He said maybe I missed that one. I'll have to take a look. If you go to the Navigraph YouTube page, you'll see we did a tutorial on VATSIM about how to log on, what's VATSIM about, all that stuff. Really cool. And if you want a little more in depth, I could do one for Patreon, but it's already done. Is what I'm trying to say. So, oh man, what's going on here? We got a route disco. Looks like we got a route disco. So we got Sayer, then it looks like it's a route disco. What's a route disco? Route discontinuity. And it looks like, no we don't. We have Beano and then Jets, and then we're going to jump into our arrival. I'm assuming it's going to be runway, yes, it's going to be runway 10 inbound in the airport. So that's why I said Instagram is the best way, is because you can DM me your resume, and if you wanted to when you apply, if you go to flycoastal.com and you apply on the bottom, just include your resume there too. That's fine as well. I mean, that's probably the easiest way, and then I'll put you on the list. It's just simply that easy. Just make sure you put your information down so we get a kind of a feel of the experience level and all that stuff, and your VATSIM hours, and then we can get you, or your VATSIM number I should say, and then we can get a good idea. And we'll probably contact you within this month or next month. That's how fast this could go. I'm expecting, like I said, I wanna interview one of you tonight. Be my first hire. So, well, you won't, but I hired 2 others, but they're managers. But you'll be our first pilot, right? So you'll be the first pilot inbound, and it'd be cool. Nice. All right. We've got about, what are we looking at, folks? We've got about 159 nautical miles top of descent. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to make sure that that's okay. We're going to plan the ILS runway 10. It's going to be a visual. That's just a backup. So we're going to go visual here, and we'll go legs, arrivals, departures, click arrivals. We're going to go the ILS 10, and we're going to do the Toro transition. Okay, so it's up a little higher, gives us a little bit more. We'll click the legs page. After jets, we're going to go right to Toro. We'll see how that works, okay? Enter that in. We'll go to the descent page. We'll click our forecast. Let's pull those winds in, our descent winds. And I'm going to start getting paperwork going. And we'll plan, after we're done planning this, I'm going to hit the restroom really quick for landing. And I'll grab my drink. I've been trying to drink all night. I don't even have it here. Okie dokie, will do, Jason. Good deal. Sean says, everything's very cool. I need more VATSIM hours, though, because I fly offline mostly, but it's something I want to do more frequently. Anyway, good. Yeah, I just... Jason, have you ever thought of flying 747, 777s, too? Of course, I've been planning on getting those aircraft. You know, Maxwell, there's nothing out of the question. There really isn't. There's nothing out of the question. We would only do it if it fits. Does that make sense? I'm not going to do it just to throw a dart, but I will tell you this. If PMDG indeed builds a 757 for FS 2020, I really got to consider that aircraft, because that is one of my favorites. It's a high-performing beast. That airplane is massive. It can get into and out of anywhere, and it can carry a lot of passengers. It's a performance. I mean, it's a performance king. Okay, I would really jump on that opportunity, because that would fit this route. That would fit this route perfect. You can pack the airplane. You can fly into St. Thomas and stop on a dime. That 7.5 is wicked, and I'm talking about the 200. It's one of my favorites. So I would really consider that. Does that make sense? It'd have to fit the bill. I believe our next, maybe we expand with an 800, maybe. But again, the cost of an 800 right now, that's a lot of money. We'd have to get that money. And I'm not going to go in debt to do it. Does that make sense? Like a lot of airlines jump into debt and they get this line of credit crap. What they have to. Airlines cost a lot of money to operate. They get a line of credit and they can buy an airplane. Like if we go like this MD-80 that we're going to buy, it's maybe we're going to be $2,000 low. Maybe $2,000 is nothing. You know, we can get that back in a week, a day flying, right? So I'm not concerned about that. But it's when we're going to spend $100 million, like $1 million, $30-40 million on an aircraft. That's when you've got to go, ooh, we don't have the cash assets for that. Now, if our balance sheet looks great, cash assets, absolutely, we'll take a look at that for sure. How do we get there? We need pilots. We need pilots to fly the line. That's how we get it. So the more pilots fly, the more opportunity we have to expand. And I don't see that happening for a while, right? 777, 74 is going to be, if we did anything like that, be down the road quite a ways away. Because you think, well, we're just starting out. What new airline like that? That's what's cool about the MD-80. MD-80 is cheap and it could bank a lot of cash for us in terms of charter operation. It's going to be $40-something thousand an hour to operate that airplane. Okay, our gross weight's 129.9. Now it's pause for concern because our maximum landing gross weight is 128. We're going to be under it. So I'm pretty sure we're going to be under a certain number. We're going to be under our gross, very close to maximum landing weight, but we're going to be probably under it by about 1,000 pounds or so. Our paperwork's saying 126. I would say about right. I'd say about 127. We'll be pushing that because we burned under 1,000 pounds higher than anticipated, and there's your 1,000 pounds. So I'm going to say about 120, 127. And I could shoot for 128. I think that would be a good thing to do. I'm going to go ahead and plug this in. I'm going to show you. Before we do that, let's go outside here and we can see what's going on. And then let me pull that up one more time. Right there. Okay. So we're going to be landing, en route landing. Remember I said about 128,000 pounds. That'll be maximum landing weight for us, okay? Airport is going to be TIST, St. Thomas. Runway is 10, and we'll go ahead and plug in our weather data in there. It's dry, 28 degrees, it was 82 degrees out there. It's a really nice day. Flap configuration, it's going to be 40. We have a low runway, it's a 7,000 footer, so pretty low. We are going to do all operative on the reversers. Winds non-auto on the UAT, that's 5. Let's calculate, see what we got. Alright, so you can see auto brake 1 and auto brake 2 are not good options. They go right off the end of the runway for us. So you can see what happens if you did auto brake 2. We're in the grass. Not good. Auto brake 3 is the best option here. Auto brake 3 will yield us 62.57 with no procedure. So, you see this right here? That means no brake cooling required on this aircraft. This airplane turns and goes back to Miami in an hour. So, I'm not concerned with this. Okay, those numbers look great. We're going to go ahead and plug these numbers in with our paperwork here. Like anything, it's paperwork time. So 128,000 here. Our landing distance available is 7,000. Auto brake is going to be 3, and flaps are 40. Landing distance required. You can see that 62.57. That's perfect, right? Runway 10, and we're looking at 136 on a ref. 136 is our target speed, 131 on the ref. Okay, I'm good with that. We can go airport as STT. Temperature is 82 degrees, and this is fun if you wanted to do a PA announcement, which I usually do, but I'm not today because we don't have the stinking. I don't have the GS. What is it? PAC-X working for some dumb reason. Smooth air, really smooth right now, all the way down. Clouds. It's clear skies, beautiful clouds. Guys, it's just a great day for a plane ride. It just really is. Time is total flight time is like 2 hours and 30 minutes. So I'll write the weather down here. So we got STT. Winds are forecasted right now 09 or not forecast or observation 0904. 10 miles visibility in clear skies. Altimeter is 30.00. Runway 10. Temperature is 82 degrees. I'll do temp dew point here. Temp is 28 or 82. And dew point is 24. We're going to be in the ramp today. And did anybody look up Sapphire Beach yet? Did you guys look at that? That's where we're staying. I wish. Gosh, that would be awesome. I wish we would be staying there. All right, I'm going to stand up for a minute, stretch my legs. Sam L, what's going on, Sam? He says Bluebird Simulation is making a 7.5 for 2020. Are you kidding me? Does it look good? Do you think Coastal would order the MAX if PMDG makes it? I'll tell you what, Sean. If we have money. How's that? Think cheap. Think cheap end right now. Until we get money, until we get cash in the bank. No. These aircraft that we bought, this one cost us $20 million, but the other two cost us $12 each. Our MD-80 is our spare. It's a $9 million aircraft. So again, we're getting them from the desert. This aircraft was parked in the desert. Literally, if you look up 706 Southwest, you can see it's been stored. So those aircraft, I always look when we're going to purchase an airplane. I look at the airplane, where it is, if it's stored, or if it's live. Obviously, we're not going to buy it. But if it's stored, now I think this aircraft was there 98-ish, give or take. So pretty cool. Looks like Nick overtook me, which is great. I will plan on that. I think our speed's good. I think we'll be okay on spacing. I'm going to stand up, hit the restroom, hit the lav. I will be right back with a drink and with my drink finally. And then we will start our descent. We've already planned it, so we're good to go. I'll be right back. All right, we're back. Sam L says the 7.5 is not going to be a study level. I won't buy it. If it's not study level, we can't buy it. Not on this airline, that's for sure. Cool to have, but it's not going to be ours. We'll have to wait until a good developer actually does a study level 7.5, so we can fly it. Because we don't. You know, as you know, Coastal is not one of those airlines. ACQ, what's going on? We are going to do interviews. We're going to do interviews tonight. So whoever, if you want to be a part of the airline, okay, and you got to guess the feet per minute. If you do it, I can interview tonight. I don't know if I showed you this up close. I don't think I did, but this is an up close view of it. This is our bag tags we're given to all of our flight crews that get through training. Pretty cool stuff. This is metal. Beautiful. It's a beautiful blue. I've got a couple of cool hashtags on there. Fly the Shark, flycoastalairways.com, and then Train Beach Bum. So you get this plus a crew sticker, a 737 crew sticker you'll get, and a certificate of completion. And that's what I wanted to do for you, because if you go through the training, you pass the training, and you get through it, that's a lot of work. And I want you to be rewarded with something tangible, and to say thank you. I mean, that's me saying thank you. Wow, that's really weird. Got dizzy all of a sudden. Strange. Dizzy flying an aircraft? That's not good. Okay, auto brake on 2. And coming up top of descent very shortly. So what is it? So if I could guess the feet per minute, could I get higher? You're going through an interview. So if you guess the feet per minute tonight, whoever wins that and wants to be on board is going to do an interview. We can schedule an interview tonight. We can do it tomorrow. Whatever's easier. I just need your email address. So if you want to be a part of it, it's up to you. But I think it's something fun to do. It's something different and cool. But ACQ, make sure that you get your, I think you already did. I think you're on the list. But make sure you go down and apply again on a Fly Coastal, or you could just DM me on Instagram. Just make sure you put your virtual experience in there, your virtual flight experience, so I can see and your VAT sim deal. So if you want, I'll reach out to you. Whoever wins, I'll reach out to you tonight and say, do you want to do it tonight, or do you want to reschedule for the next week? You know, because that's what we could do, and I could get you on board, get in your training, you get your login. You could have your login as early as tonight if you want to start your training process. And like I said, I'm going to be working on the 402, 403, and 404 while you're doing the ground school and you're doing the module 200, 300. Hopefully by the time you're done with ground school, I'll be done with the 400 series and I can start working on the LOE check ride stuff. So you're not going to catch me. I'm hoping. It's my hope. I don't think you will. I think that's why I'm like, okay, ground school's done. Let's open the doors. Let's get people in here and start training. All right, top of descent's coming up. We got Puerto Rico right here. This is all Puerto Rico. It's a beautiful day. I mean, it's absolutely gorgeous out here. Oh, there's the aircraft. Is that an A310, Nick? Is that what you're saying? I got a fast A310 here. The problem is it's an Airbus, my friend. And how do you folks like X-Plane 12? Anybody like an X-Plane 12? I heard some things about it. I heard, some neutral comments about that. All right, let's go inside here and just make sure that we're good to go. We got a good route offset. I'm going to go ahead and set this to flap 40. We'll plug that in there. And starting for the descent here. 28 nautical miles, top of descent coming up. And we're looking at a legs page. A couple things we do here. This is something that we do. We're going to put runway 10 in there. We'll throw in the fix. And we're going to draw some circles around the airport. Gives us a good essay. This is actually standard operating procedures for us. We go 15, 5, and 3 right at the runway, so we know kind of how to judge the descent and control our energy a little bit down. All right, looks like Kutho, we need to be about 2,800 feet. So we're going to bring it all the way down to 2,800 feet. I can't wait till they get the radar in here. I really can't. 2,800's coming in right now. See, this is a fun route. I like this route. This is a fun route too. Auto brakes on 3, folks. I've almost screwed that up. Okay. Can you interview over Discord? Of course I can. I'd rather interview. I usually would send. So the interview process usually will go. I'll send you a Google link. So we do video. We could do a video chat. That's normal interview. Interview is going to be over video. But tonight I could do it over Discord. It's just easier that way too. So, and once if you get hired, you get in here, I'll get you on our Discord channel. You can start your training, and the clock will start. You get logged in. You start hammering away at the training. And remember this: don't rush the training. That's what it's for. It's for. I want you to think of training as an extra, not a step, but it's part of your journey. Because if you rush through training, right? I want you to actually ascertain information, right? Actually learn something. That's what I want. Because it's part of the whole journey here. This is not a sprint. This is a marathon, right? I want you to actually earn it, work for it, earn it, and I think you'll be rewarded in the end. I really believe that. So, and hopefully it can give you something that it's different. And at least this, in your opinion, is this anything you've ever seen before? In your opinion? Is this over the top? I mean, I think Gary expressed his. He said this is, it puts a whole new realism thing in it, and it does. Especially when you're on, you'll see like when you pull another at our schedule, it'll tell you the cost index. It'll say, okay, your mission is to get this aircraft up to Buffalo by 6:45 p.m. You don't have any more time than that. So you need to push your cost index to 70 plus. I don't care about fuel burn. It's not about fuel burn. It's get that airplane as fast as you can to the destination as fast as you can. It's all about speed. That second route. The first route's nice and leisure. You're at 20. You're just like, I'm just chilling. I'm timing the aircraft down. Looks like Nick's is on descent right now. There he goes. He's down. Again, we're nice route offset here to the right. So no problem. Let's see if we have ATC on board. We do. San Juan's approach is on, but they're not going to control us. Maybe they will. You think San Juan controls? No, they don't control St. Thomas. We're just outside of their dang airspace. That sucks. PAA, is that, that's you, Nick, right? Alright, folks, we're on our way down. We're starting our descent into the St. Thomas area. If you have and are still online, I appreciate it. If you're brand new to this channel, consider subscribing. Seatbelt sign's coming on. It only helps us. And if you want to become a member or a pilot of Coastal, go to coastalairways.com, flycoastalairways.com, or Coastal Airways on Instagram. And send us your resume, your virtual resume. We'll get back to you. And whoever guessed the right feet per minute is going to get an interview. And that could be as early as tonight on Discord if you want. How often do you have to fly? Is there a strong commitment, or is it similar to... Jim says Coastal will have its own niche on VATSIM. That's good, Jim. That's kind of what we want. I wanted to separate us from every other VA out there. I want to be known as the different airline. Like Coastal is different. That's it. I want that's our reputation. They are different. Highly trained. That's another thing I want on VATSIM. I want VATSIM controllers to go, oh, it's Riptide. They know what they're doing. You know, that's what I haven't. That's kind of what I want. They're really, really good, really trained, professional. That's it. What did you say? How often do you have to fly? You have to fly once every 30 calendar days. That is the minimum. Once every 30 calendar days once you get through training. But like I said, I think a lot of people might wash out from training. Training might take a while. That could take anywhere from 3 months to 6, depending on the person. So don't think you're going to get the interview, get hired, and then you're good. You're going to get an interview, get hired, then go through training, go through your check ride. I think you saw did you see the training website that we pulled up? Man, this thing is slow. I'm slowing it down for you, bud. There, Nick. Got the airplane nice and slow at 260 coming on down the chute. Looking good. I think we've got plenty of separation. Where the heck are you? Where'd you go? Where'd he go? I'll let it sweep a couple times. Did you log off? I hope you didn't log off. You went off my radar. We have plenty of separation. I am not concerned. Oh, there you are. You're still there, but I cannot tell where. Let's get outside the aircraft here for a minute. You were in front of us. Which way did he go? You see? I do love it. Everyone's cool. I love this thing. I am an ocean person. I do love the ocean. So for me, it's pretty cool. Colors are sweet looking. A simple logo, but a fun one. It just screams tropical. Okay, well, it looks like. Ooh, wait, TIST ATIS. Why would that be up there? To San Juan approach control. If they do, I'm going to tune in right now. 119.4. Let's see if they control. I'm going to tune in and see. That'd be a first for us. I've never seen ATC on. Here, let's check it out. Let's just call them up. Let's say I want to approach. This is Riptide 1. How do you read me?
Loud and clear, homie. Say your close in again.
It's Riptide 1. Do you control St. Thomas?
Affirmative.
Alright. We're coming through that 26,000. We're probably out of your airspace, but we're headed over to St. Thomas.
Alright.
I'm going to stop the route offset then. So I'm going to go ahead back to that route page. So he does control us, which is cool. This offset, I'm just going to go click end waypoint, and it can end it at jets. So I can go to legs, we can go throw jets in there, and go right back to the... We could do a couple things. I could go to route, we can go offset, I could do an end waypoint at jets, and then enter. Or, better yet, I could just delete it. So if I just select delete, done, it's gone. We're gonna get back on our track. There we go. Can you make a coastal app? That would be sweet. Yeah, I would love to.
They want the departure jet with imported on information. Wait, hold up.
That would be cool. I would love to have an app. Maybe we do that.
Sorry, stage 1
next.
departure. JetBlue 49 information. Papa is we have on board here, ready for taxi to runway 8.
All right, let's go 110.1.
1049, someone approach, runway 8, Sierra 1, intersection, taxi via hotel, Lima, November, Sierra.
Hotel.
Nick says, is there a training manual? Yes, there is. There's a training guide on what to expect on the different modules, right? Kind of what we're looking for in the different modules. So we're not going to throw you in the deep end. We give you a manual with it.
Squawk 1437.
Yes. When you get to module 300, I send you that. It's a PDF doc, and that's growing as 400 gets done. 402, 403.
JetBlue 1754, runway 8.
I think there's only 400
Follow
flights.
company, right at Diego. 1734.
When I back the speed way off, and we won't do our descent checklist here yet until I get to about 10,000. It's up to you. I usually do it about 18,000 feet. We'll do our descent checks, and then here we go. 29er, and we've got to get our stuff going there. So 29er, that's in there. I just don't know if I've got that programmed in there. Let's check that out. Go to descent, and we'll go to a forecast. Nope, I don't. 29er, decimal 9er. Boop, I'll drop that in there, plug that up. It's good to go. Now, I'm going to come down here. It's a visual approach, folks. We're just backing up the ILS, and I'm going to change this to VMC primary on the back end. And that's good to go. Then, 100 degrees is our course. I'm going to select this all the way over to 100 on the course selector. And there is our runway. One more thing. We're going to do our... looking like 24 feet. So we're going to do 24 feet right here for our minimums. It just lets us know how high the airport is. Now, we don't do this if it's IFR, right? If we're flying an ILS, a full ILS, this thing is not going to be at 24 feet, right? We're going to bring it up to minimums, whatever that minimum is. But it is beautiful weather, folks, in St. Thomas right now. We're looking at 82 degrees, clear skies, and I'm going to be calling San Juan in just a minute. I'm assuming you're ready for the... Dan, what's up, man? Dan the man, glad I refound your channel. What happened? Dan, I'm glad you found us too, my friend. You know, it's an unfortunate event is what happened. And I did it out of respect of the simulation community is why I deleted it. There's a whole big thing with PMDG, and essentially I streamed their airplane, and I thought I had a green light to do so, but I didn't. And out of respect for the community, I don't want to be that person like, oh, you cut the line. I just got rid of it. I was like, you know what? This is going to show like that. I just don't. That's not my intent. So, and that's not my intent. It really wasn't. And it was a mistake on my part. And you know, I take full responsibility for that. And that was it. That was basically what happened, right? So that was me saying, all right, I'm sorry. You know, that's not what I wanted to do. That's not my intent. I truly thought I had a green for it. But it's all good, right? And it's actually a really good thing because I was so stressed out. Like, I got to put a video out. Well, now I don't feel that way. Let me call them up. San Juan approach, Riptide 1. We're headed to Jets, about 16 miles at 16,000.
Charlie 1, San Juan approach. Good evening. Expect the ILS only wants to approach at St. Thomas after Jets to direct Kuto.
Okay, after Jets cleared direct Kutho for Riptide 1. Alright, so you heard that? Everybody heard that? After Jets, we're going to go direct Kutho. So after Jets, Kutho is right there. I'm going to plug that right in there, and we're going to click execute. Well, there we go. That's nice. So we're a little high. We're 2,000 feet above profile, so we're going to drop this sucker. What did I say? We're dropping the speed brakes. You know, one thing about the Airbus is those speed brakes are super slow. They're like, you know, I flew on an A321 the other day. to Atlanta, and it was just super slow. I was watching the speed brakes come out. I'm like, are you kidding me? This thing is wicked slow. Here I go, bashing on Airbus again, right? I'm assuming you're ready for hockey. I am. I'm so ready for hockey. I read about the Rangers, and I started getting excited. I'm like, ooh, the 26th of September, we play the Islanders, and I'm so excited. I'm so excited to get my hockey back. It's only been a few months, but it feels really long. And it's good that I had that break because I was able to get training done, right? Get that coastal training in here. You know what I'm saying? All right. Should we record the landing? Folks want to record it. It's beautiful, huh? What view do you like? You like that view? That's pretty. Not a cloud in the sky here. Man, it's nice.
Say one
We're
departure,
dumping this now, but 16.
Intersection Sierra 1.
Okay, St. Thomas 108.6. I'll just turn that in there. 108.6. What do we got? All right, let's go for our checklist. Descent checklist coming up. Altimeters and bugs are set and cross-checked. We've got 29er. That's plugged in.
Say one departure, JetBlue 1049.
VRF and V target, it's set and noted. Auto brake is on 3. Start switches. Right and continuous. Recall. Check the recall. I think we did. If not, we're going to check it again. Recall is complete. Descent checklist is complete. That's it. Coming down through the chute through 10,000. I'm going to go ahead and let the passengers know. All right, remember, folks, whoever guesses the landing rate tonight will have their choice if we do an interview tonight on Discord, or I can reach out to you next week to interview for Coastal Airways.
Tell departure.
To be our first hire pilot.
Can I get
How's
radio shift?
Senior, you'd be seniority 4. It's pretty good.
JetBlue 1049, someone approach, runway 8 at Sierra 1, clear for takeoff, wind calm.
Clear for takeoff, runway 8 Sierra 1, JetBlue 1049.
That's funny. Are you ready? Would you say?
It's going to maintain 3,000.
Okay, down to 3,000, Riptide 1. It's good to know that Puerto Rico controls it, because looking at their airspace, they don't, but it's cool. So we got 3,000, got the brakes on. We're driving this airplane down. A little high on the energy, but we're coming down pretty good, folks. So we'll get it down. Nice doable range here. Like I said, I'm not really worried about it. We're going to be just fine. Kutho, we should be at 2,800, so we're going to catch above, and then we'll drop in. It'll be a visual approach all the way into 10.
So on departure, JetBlue 1754, we're holding short runway 8 on Sierra 1.
All right, so you're saying 250. 250
Hold your runway 8, JetBlue 1754.
250 feet per minute. All right, start getting your guesses in, folks, if you want to be a part of this VA. Well, if you want to get an interview tonight, start getting your guesses in, if you'd like to. If not, if you want to wait a little bit, then go ahead and just apply at flycoastalairways.com or Coastal Airways on Instagram. You can DM me there. I think it's easier just to go to Fly Coastal and just put flycoastalairways.com and then just put your virtual resume in there as well. Good. Here comes the speed. The speed's coming up a little bit. I'm going to drop the brakes. Get the brakes down.
JetBlue 1049, Rudicon, car maintain 1,000, say altitude.
Passenger 2600, requirement maintain 12,000, JetBlue 1049.
JetBlue 1049, negative, car maintain 10,000.
Commenting 10,000, sorry, JetBlue 1049.
And JetBlue 10, question JetBlue.
All right, you can see we're going to start penetrating the 15 nautical mile ring, and we're going to have to start slowing down at 210. Okay, Jim's in. He says 147. I'm in that ballpark. It's one number. It's one number. It's one number. Not a range. It's a number. Jim says 147 feet. Now understand this is a 7,000 foot runway, folks. You think I'm going to grease it in a 7,000 foot runway? I got no thing coming to you. I'm not going to grease it. And it's an upsloping runway. Just to let you know. Just saying. It's a 7,000 foot runway. And it upslopes. Probably not greasing this thing in here. I can almost guarantee you it's not a greaser. This is a captain. I care about stopping the aircraft, right? So my whole point on this landing is going to be slamming it down.
JetBlue 1754, runway 8.
So that's a hint.
Clear for takeoff, wind calm.
Alright,
To make it a little more
runway 8
interesting.
01, JetBlue 1752.
We're going to do 11:10. When did we push, folks? 11:40. That's what I thought we pushed. All right, we're coming in. I'm going to go ahead and check this thing. Ready, and it works. I think. Yeah, it works good. There's St. Thomas Island right there.
On
It
side
is
1.
beautiful.
8 mile from Yagi, fly heading 120, maintain 2,200 until established on the localizer, clear ILS, runway 10 approach at St. Thomas.
Okay, 120 on the heading, 2,200 until established on the ILS 10 approach for Riptide 1. All right, here we go, heading select 120. We're going to start rolling in the aircraft. We're going to continue descend and not let it know. I'm going to take over on the descent right here. We're going to go about 1,300. We're in. I'm going to slow down to... Right now, I'm going to throw a flap in, actually. Flap's coming down 5. Flap's down 5, 170 on the speed. We're going to descend to 2,200 feet until established. We're established right now. No, we're not.
360, JetBlue 1049.
Okay, we're doing 1,500 feet. Look at our speed. I got to start backing that vertical speed down just a touch. All right. Well, I don't like the way this looks. We're a little bit fast, so I could drop the gear right now, but I'm not gonna. Just because I think we'll get it. We'll get it stopped, slowed before then. We could drop the gear. That's going to help the airplane a little bit more. But we're going to level here a minute here, and I'm looking at this. We're slightly on the high side, so I might get that gear down, get us down a little bit quicker. Gear coming down. Let's get that drag out, just to help us. All right, there we go.
JetBlue 1754, 74 to ready contact, spa maintain 10,000, stay altitude leaving.
10,000, and we're leaving 1,300 for 10,000 currently. 1754.
JetBlue 1754.
Okay, flaps 15.
3,000, clear direct Arconi.
Leaving 3,000, clear direct Arconi, JetBlue 1754.
Okay, there's 2,200. We're going to start the
JetBlue
level off.
1049, your Lima airspace, center is offline, radar
Speed.
stations are terminated.
Yeah, this is very inefficient right now. All right.
56, today, St. Juan departure today, JetBlue 1049.
We're established. San Juan approach. Riptide 1, we're established. ILS 10.
Riptide 1, roger, runway 10, clear land, wind 080 at 3.
Okay, runway 10, clear to land, Riptide 1. Okay, flaps coming down 30. Okay, you see where this caution range, once this caution range, we get out of that caution range, we can go flap 40 now. And we're going to zero out the altitude. Okay, set. Checklist. I don't think. Speed brake, arm, green light. Landing gear is down, and 3 is green. Flaps are set to 40-40 with the green. Here comes the HUD. Better get your guesses in, folks. Just saying. Alright, looking good, folks. We're at 1610. Right on the money. It is absolutely gorgeous. The winds are up and down the runway. We're looking really good for the landing. I need to look at the airport. If we had a missed approach, it is going to be, and it won't be a missed approach, it'll be a go around. If we need to do a go around, it's going to be immediate climb out of here to the left, I believe. I mean, to the right. Let me look at the chart. It's going to be up 620, right turn 2800, and that's it. Okay? All right, I'm going to take over.
JetBlue
Here we go.
1764, climb maintain, split level 340.
Am I playing all the way in?
1754.
Looking good, folks. Right on the money. Right on the buttons. I like it so far. 650. Sync is 650. On speed, we're getting just a little slow. I'm gonna push those throttles up. And we're holding right on the money. Nice and stable. I like that. That's all about stopping the aircraft, right? That's what this is really about. It's not about style points. It's not about greasing the thing in. It's about landing it and stopping it. FOs care about how smooth the landing is. Captains care about stopping. And that's about right. Okay, you're right on the money. I love it. I love this look right now. This is beautiful. Oh, look at that sailboat. You can see how the runway upslopes a little bit, doesn't it? Kind of tricks you out. Okay, I'm going to back off the throttles just a little bit. It's going to help us arrest this flare I'm going to be doing here shortly. Set.
50.
Pitch back just a
30.
little bit. There's 30. Down the runway.
10.
Pitch it. Speed brakes. Reversers. Reversers out.
Riptide 1, take parking.
I'll be at gate 6. 70 knots. There's 60 knots. Coming out of reversers. Slamming on the brake.
Riptide 1, roger. Question, Riptide 1, turn right at Echo, taxi to the gate via Alpha. Have a great day.
Alright, we got right turn Echo, taxi to gate Alpha, Riptide 1. Alright folks, we made it. Welcome to St. Thomas. That was a fun approach. We're going to go up this ramp, turn the aircraft over here, and we're going to start shutting things down. Speed brakes. Ooh, I forgot the landing lights. That's going to hurt me. It's going to ding me on that. Oh. Let's turn them off. I knew I forgot something. 10,000 feet, it should have hit that. My panel's out now. Alright, let's turn this off. That's off. Wing light is off. Position is on steady. We're going to go upstairs and turn the heat and probe off. That was super fun. I love that approach. Really cool. Right over the ocean like that. You should try it sometime. If you've never been out here, it is super fun. That's coming down to off. And one last thing. Again, you're not taking this airplane back. We're done for the day. So this airplane is returning back to Miami. So we're going to zero out everything. Okay, APU coming online right now. Again, we want to minimize fuel burn as much as we can.
And JetBlue 1754, make sure you put your gear up. Radar services are terminated. Frequency change is approved. Have a great night. Buenas noches.
Really nice.
Alright, over here on JetBlue 1754. Otro día, buenas noches. Descansa.
Alright. Taxi light is on. Alright, here we go. We got gate 6 coming in. Roll the aircraft. It's about 2 hours and 30 minutes right now. There we go. It's gate 5, I'm sorry. Did I say gate 6? Gate 5 today. Okay, I'm going to reach out, shut off, turn on our... Let's park the aircraft. Whoa. kind of went squirrely on me, didn't it? Brake set. Here come the engines. Welcome. Okay, lock this. I'll see who won the landing challenge here. Seatbelt signs off. Come upstairs here. Return our fuel pumps, except for one. Burn that. We're going to keep our... Remember, we do have services at this airport. So we're going to go with... battery coming down to ground power because we're going to connect that. We'll turn these two off. We are going to turn our packs off, but once they get... we'll turn the bleed on now because right now it's very hot in this aircraft. 82, getting to 82. Alright, come over here. We're going to throw the chalk on the aircraft. We're going to request our ground power, and we're going to request our air conditioning cart. And we're going to go over here and request GSX. They're going to do ground servicing here, and they're going to say operate the stairs, but we're going to request deboarding or deplaning. Here she is in all of her glory. Here come the air stairs. We're going to go ahead and turn the beacon light off. We can't turn the beacon light off because my panel doesn't work anymore. Decided to quit on me. Alright, that thing is not the correct switch. That is. Okay, now we got to wait. Once the aircraft gets hooked up, we've got air conditioning cart coming in. We've got ground power hooking up to the aircraft. We're going to go ahead and turn off the APU. Ground power lights on. APU's coming off. Let's start burning the fuel. Again, it's all about money and saving that money. And packs are coming off right now, and bleed is off because we're getting power. We're getting the actual air conditioning on the aircraft right now as we speak. Yep, there we go. Okay, we've got stairs in place. Let's go ahead and deplane now. GSX, we're going to come to deboarding. They're going to open our doors for us.
Bus is coming.
All right, here it comes. All right, folks, welcome to St. Thomas. That was really fun. That APU should be shutting down. We'd be gathering our crap and getting out of this aircraft, which we will do here shortly. Did Jim win? All right, let's see here. So carrier landing, I meant. All right, what was it? Okay, one's 147 feet. We got 175. Jim says, can I amend? Come on, Jason, the Caribbean version of Midway. You got this, of course. I amend too, so the carrier landing. Yes, I'll double that. 294 feet. I'll say 258. Nice landing. That was a greaser. Of course you greased it. That was not my intent. My intent was not to grease it, but I gave it a little extra at the end there. I was going to push in about 250, 270. I was aiming for it. All right, look at this. Here comes the people coming off the aircraft. That's super fun. All right, so what was it? Oh, it looks like Jim got it, huh? It was 142, huh? Good job. Jim's the closest. 147, that's pretty good, Jim. That's awesome. Well, congratulations on that guess. That's great. Let's get some paperwork done. We'll figure out everything else. And I think, Jim, did you apply yet? I don't know if you applied. I mean, if you're on Discord, let me know. I don't know if you're on Discord at all, or if you want to do it another day, I can do it another day. As long as you apply, I'll get you in. You'll be my first interview. Up to you when you want to, too. All right, let's go up to... We got the ground surfaces good. We're going to come up here on the overhead panel and shut down our fuel. Fuel pumps off. Looking good. I'm actually going to go over here. And we're going to write some stuff in here like our ACAR system. We're going to go here and click end the flight. And you can see this log. It logs everything for us. We ended up burning, what did we burn on this? We blocked on fuel use 12,400 pounds of fuel. Not bad. Not bad. Score 55. That's because of the stupid lights. So we'll click file the flight. You heard the boop boop. That's our Discord saying, hey, this flight is now done. Cool. All right, I'm going to head and write down with gate 5. We're in at what, 13? I want to say maybe 1310. Oil quantity, let's get our oil quantity. 65 over 69, that's getting close, folks. The oil quantity is getting close to the fact that we're going to have to refill it. Matter of fact, we can't push under 65% on the oil. So we're going to need to request a refill. Not us, we're out of here. The next crew that takes it. 100 over 99. Good deal. All right, check. Then one thing I like to do, I won't be taking this aircraft out, but I'll write my fuel. You can't see it. I should just turn this on for you so you can see what I'm doing. I like filling this out because then I could, it's a nice record. 4580 over 4670. There you go. And then I'll save this flight panel state just like this. Yes. We're going to go to ground service. There's one thing I need to do here. Come across here. Where's my passengers? So we're going to go 0 it out. And we're going to start deplaning. And I'm just going to leave that at, actually, I'm just going to go to payload and I'll 0 all of it out. You want to make sure you go at empty. Aft at 0 and then forward cargo at 0 as well. And you can see we're unloading the bags. All right. Yes, I did apply. Great. If you're free when you're done with your first interview, can I interview second? I'm free tonight. If you are, Jason, whatever's easy for you. I sent my resume in Discord. Okay. Cool. Yeah. So, Jim, when would you like to do it? Jim, you tell me what's a good day and time for you. Nights better than days. Maybe we can reach out next week or tonight. It's up to you. Tell me what you want. And we'll do it. You deserve it. That's a good guess. That's pretty good, folks. I was planning 210 easy on that one. 250 I was shooting. It's going to be a firm landing, but I ended up greasing it in a little bit. Not bad. Not be so hard on the aircraft, right? It's pretty good. Let's go save the flight. Whoa. We got to get a picture, don't we?
Passenger's bus is coming.
Thank you. So, folks, overall, what do you think about Coastal? You excited for it? Think it's something cool, different? That's a cool picture. I mean, it's 2 years, a year in the making right now. That's all I got to say. It's been a long time coming. All right, I'm going to go ahead and save this flight, and then we'll get going on what we're going to do here with our interview. So we're going to go state save. I'm going to call this 70620. Nope, not a slash, just 70620. Doofus. Okay. Enter. So this plane is gone, and then the crew would be done. Oops. The crew would be done. They're going to the hotel, and then once they're done going to the hotel, the next airplane comes in here.
Passengers deboarding starting
Tomorrow. You know, like the crew would be. I think, what time is it now? Let me just get a time. I'll show you when the push is. So it's 13. It's 13:20. I don't know how I don't have my stuff with me. Anyway, we leave out of here at like 1400, I think. Pretty cool. All right, impressive. Good. I'm free most days. Days a bit easier for me. Okay, good deal. Captain ACQ, I'm free tonight. Good. I'm semi-retired. You got some time? Okay, great. So what I'll do, Jim, is I'll reach out to you this week. Look for, let me talk to you here. Look for an email. I'll send you an email. I'm probably going to be coming from I think it's probably going to be coming from the CEO email. Look for that email. I'll give you a Google link, and then we'll schedule it for sometime next week. It'll probably be in the evenings, if you're okay with that. If it doesn't work for you, we'll just go back and forth till we can get you squared away. It'll be an interview panel. It'll be me and probably Cody or someone else. I don't know if Tyler can come. I think John can as well. So there'll just be two of us. All right. In the meantime, look for that email tonight. I'll probably just get it scheduled for you. Cool. And then ACQ wants to get on as well. When did you... You're free whenever you're done your first interview. Yes, you can do the second. I'll see. Did you sent your resume and stuff in, right? I'll probably look for an email. Like everybody that has applied will probably get an email this week, starting to schedule times and stuff for interviews. So, what to do now? If you have just started or you just found us, make sure you subscribe to the channel. If you want to be a pilot for Coastal and you're ready for the challenge to do some training, then come and join us. Go fly coastalairways.com and apply. Put your virtual resume in there. We'd love to have you. We'll do, like I said, interview process, the training, the whole 9 yards. And what else do we have, folks? Next week, we didn't talk about next week. What are we going to do next week? Are we going to fly Southwest next week? Is that what you want? Who votes for Southwest next week? We could do a Southwest flight somewhere. Yeah, I sent it on Discord for you. Okay. Jim Harrison. Bueno. Good stuff. Thanks. Okay, great. So it's up to you. Who wants to fly a Southwest flight? What are we going to fly next week? Are you flying a Southwest flight?
Passengers,
it could be another coastal flight. It could be an MD-80. What are we doing? Entirely up to you, folks. Coastal. We gotta vote for Coastal. We got Jim saying Southwest. We could do a Southwest flight. Coastal MD-80. Yeah, I don't have that aircraft yet. It's coming in October. So we can't really fly it, but I would love to because it's like 80 grand for us. I would love to do that, but we'll have to wait. Looks like, all right, so we got anybody with a tiebreaker. We got one Coastal, one Southwest. We can't do the MD-80 yet. We don't have it in the aircraft. We don't have it in the, yeah, let's change it up and go Southwest somewhere to Nashville. You want to go to Nashville? Okay, we can do Nashville. Maybe we go Nashville or New Orleans. I don't think I've been in New Orleans yet in 2020, and I do have the scenery for it. So let's go to New Orleans. Is that cool? We'll go Southwest, New Orleans. We'll go Nashville, New Orleans. Now Nashville's not. We don't have any scenery in Nashville, do we? In 2020, I don't think we do. Oh, here we go. We got a Coastal. Of course, John's saying Coastal. John's one of our managers. Oh, yes. Okay, sounds good. All right, what sounds good, Sean? What's your vote? Southwest, bud? In an 800? Maybe? I don't know where the 800
Passengers
is, by the way.
bus is coming.
Yeah, if we fly Coastal, it's going to be back to Miami. I'll probably fly this route later, I'll fly this next week sometime. We'll go out of here in Miami and then take a couple days and then fly the other route, Route 2. All right, so what do we got? New Orleans. All right, so Southwest it is, folks. We're going to do a Southwest flight. We'll go from Nashville to New Orleans. I think there's a direct flight for that. I'm pretty sure it is. Somewhere we're going to get to New Orleans. All right, I hope you enjoyed this. Thank you for watching. I hope you have a great rest of your week. And I will see you folks on Friday. Hopefully we've got some BNA scenery. I don't know if we do or not. I don't think there is any BNA out there. And keep posted, like I said. You can check our Patreon account as well. If you want to throw something, donate, whatever. I'm trying to get a one-time donation thing up there on our site on Coastal, so you can just do that. All those people that applied, look for emails. It's coming this week. Okay? Thank you all. And by the way, look at this beautiful, absolutely beautiful scenery here in St. Thomas. It's gorgeous. This is I believe this is the scenery from, who's it from? It's from Feel There. They did this scenery. And they did a pretty good job of it. I like it. It's pretty. I love the mountains in the back. It's just really cool. Okay, I'll take this flight out of here with another aircraft. I'll take the airplane back to Miami. Not this airplane, but another one. Some crew's going to have to fly this one back out. All right. Great flight, Jason. Check Discord. I DM'd you today. All right. We'll see you next week. All right, folks. Have a great rest of your week. Until next time, keep the blue side up and the black side down. We'll